We are in the midst of football season, one of the greatest things that man has ever had. We have a women's Royal Rumble coming up. That's right. You heard it right. A women's Royal Rumble. And not to mention, hockey is just on fire right now. If you're not a hockey fan, I don't know what else to tell you. Sports, ladies and gentlemen, in case you haven't actually got a hint off of this one, we are bringing it right back to our roots. We're going to hit this thing full blast and in your face. There's just too much not to hit and talk about today on the Loki and Jabroni Show.
I got all the Christmas spirit I need right here on my shirt, and you force the people to listen to that.
Because some of us enjoy Christmas.
I enjoy Christmas, too. I just can't stand the bullshit music.
He's got Christmas coming out of his anus.
Yeah, he does.
It's awesome.
I bet he shits sugar cookies and fucking, what do they call those things? Brazil nuts.
Ginger. Oh.
Let's not talk about them again, please.
No, indeed. And welcome, everybody, to another edition of the
Last week was the longest I ever spent editing a show.
I believe it.
Why?
I heard bits and pieces. It was fun. You left just enough in.
It was great.
It was fantastic.
It was great.
Well, welcome, everybody, to the Loki and Jabroni Show. We are just days away from Christmas. As always, my name is Jabroni. This fine
Loki.
gentleman is Loki. And the man in the bag.
Eddie Claus.
Eddie Claus.
That is Eddie Claus.
Motherfucker.
I love Christmas.
Don't we all? But, man, I just can't stand the fucking music anymore.
And we are enjoying our
Calyptra.
sponsored beer.
Today, from Jack's Abbey. A fantastic collection
Or
of beers.
you could take the apostrophe over, slide the S, and it's Jack Slabby.
Jack
Or
Sabby.
Jack Sabby.
Jack Sabby.
Jack Sabby.
It's like wasabi, but different.
Jack Sabby.
Well, let me get the welcomes out of the way for all those that are tuning in. I saw Candy,
not too
Crystal,
terrible.
Robert, Stacy, Will, and Blake. We have two Stacys, so if we have to talk to either one of them for their questions, we will refer to them by their initials.
That's thing one and thing two.
Thing one and thing two. So Stacy Stevens, you will be thing one. Stacy Annell, you will be thing two. Get it right. That's that comment from the Peanut Gallery already from Candy. Mrs. Pitbull says, yep, bullshit Christmas music sucks. I agree. And Gary could use you as a toothpick, so fuck you, we win.
It's
Bye.
not the first time I've been wrong, and it won't be the first time you've been wrong. You guys you'll learn to live with it.
No, absolutely.
Christmas music is awesome.
Oh, my
I
God.
love, dude, I'm listening. I listen to Christmas music every day.
Can I just quit
I have it on 106.5, and that's like Christmas all day. It really is.
First of all,
Can't do it.
you're Italian, aren't you?
Yeah.
And I don't think you have Italian in you. Is it just
I know.
By
I
injection.
got Sicilian.
same thing?
No, I hear that all the time. They're not the same.
Now,
They're
wait a
not.
minute.
No, they're not
No,
the
you're
same.
right, but I have
they're
to
not,
throw
and
out-
it's Spinelli. Spinelli is.
I have to throw out for
My
anybody.
grandmother was Sicilian, but we just say Italian. It's
Right.
part
you
of
can't,
Italy.
You can't. They get pissed at you. I'm telling you.
Some,
I'm
if
telling
they're
you.
like hardcore, deep, old school Sicilian, they do. I get it. But in case anybody's missed it over, I don't know how many years we've been doing this,
not the
almost
same.
3 complete. Anybody who asks you if you're
I got
Italian,
uncles. They know where to bury people.
fucking
It's not the
Christ.
same.
It's not my first olive oil company either, baby.
Who hired this guy? Anybody who's listened to this show over the last almost 3 complete years, anybody who asks you if you're Italian should be slapped in the mouth, because if you remember the first 34 episodes, there was at least one reference to, well, I'm Portuguese.
Yes.
And you haven't said it in about 100 episodes, which I'm kind of proud.
You guys made a big
I
deal.
think
about
we
it.
say it more than he does.
That's
I know.
true.
I know.
Even
But
if
to my point, though, you cannot love Christmas without loving the Rat Pack and,
For
and
sure. Well,
all
okay,
that music.
okay.
and
If
Dean,
you-
I was rocking Dean Martin.
if you have to have some sort of caveat
even
to this,
Sammy the Jew,
Motherfucker.
come on, it was great.
if you need some sort of caveat to this, I don't dislike Christmas music. I dislike it being shoved down my throat the minute after Halloween. Like 101 on November 1st, if they start to bludgeon you.
No, I don't really start until like Mid-October,
and
I
then-
start really
oh,
going on.
fu-
I mean, I'm sorry,
October?
mid-December. I'm sorry, mid-December.
After
No,
Thanksgiving is when I
October,
start hearing it.
December 1st.
No, you do start hearing it
I'll
around
buy
that
that.
time, but I don't really start cranking it in my car until like middle of December.
Dude, I get Alexa. I had Alexa going in the house. I wanted to stream putting up the tree, but Amy wouldn't get dressed or put on her makeup, so we couldn't do it.
She doesn't get a choice at that point. You're the fucking producer. Slap her around
I
like you
know.
slap us around.
I know, and Anna was running around all happy. She loves Christmas.
Good.
Oh, yeah.
Kids should love
Good.
Christmas, and that's what we talked about last week.
Mm-hmm.
Candy says if Rob Zombie did a Christmas song, that'd be fucking rad.
I think he did.
Did he really?
Well, what about that? Come on, the Christopher Lee heavy metal
He'd do a
opera.
He'd do a
Christmas album?
Krampus song.
Yeah.
You never heard any of the Christopher Lee heavy metal music?
Yeah.
Dio did a
Christmas
fantastic
stuff.
version of
It's
God Yes,
fantastic
You Married
stuff.
Gentlemen. It was fantastic. You got to look it up.
Come on, Christmas is awesome.
So other than sports, which we'll get into in just a few minutes, what is on your minds this week?
Pretty simple.
We said other than sports.
Sorry, but I just had to say goodbye to Aaron Rodgers.
That is fine. See you.
Bye,
Hey,
Aaron.
Ron.
Bye.
You done fucked up.
Aaron, come back and throw.
Shouldn't have come back.
No. No, but honestly, Star Wars obviously is in full bloom. If you guys,
has
if you
anyone
guys,
seen it yet?
no, not yet.
Not yet.
No. I had Jim trying to get me to go out tonight, and I'm like, dude,
It's Tuesday.
podcast day. Like he's like, no, we can hit it up at like 3:30, and I'm like, go ahead, Jim, go.
2.5 hour movie.
Yeah, exactly. That's why I'm like,
As Skip said, it's a double popcorn barrel movie.
it's a. I gotta get fucking stoned, go to the and bring something with me so I can go to the bathroom and re-up.
You better
type
bring
of
like
movie.
a $5 footlong.
So
in
if you
there.
guys haven't got a chance and you're looking for tickets, make sure you go to the website. Make sure you hit that affiliate link, Fandango, and grab your tickets. Unfortunately, I do not think there's any more
I don't think
posters
the
left.
posters are
I think
available
it's
anymore.
gone. It's gone.
Touch
At
because-
that point, you're just buying tickets. For
Right,
Yeah,
but you had your
exactly.
chance, guys. Next time we start pimping a product, get out there and get it, especially if it has the word free attached to
yeah,
it.
free, and they do.
That's the time.
There are actually some pretty nice posters. I actually got one of them. I think it was for the Avengers.
Yeah.
Age of Ultron, and that was a decent poster. It wasn't that bad.
Yeah.
You know,
Ooh, what's on my mind?
Well, go ahead, Tom.
Disney
know,
bought
right?
Fox.
they
20th
did
Century
finally.
Fox.
Yes, they did.
You know what this means?
That means that X-Men and Deadpool are finally
Will be
coming
part of the
together
Marvel
of the
Cinematic
Marvel
Universe.
Cinematic
Yeah.
Universe.
Hugh
they're-
Jackman has already said no. That ship has sailed.
Yeah,
Well,
I knew that was
he's
coming.
getting a little old for the role. He did the Logan film, which I thought was really good.
Well,
but
Kevin Feige, who runs the Marvel
Mm-hmm.
in the cinematic universe, right off the rip said we'd like Hugh Jackman to come back, and Hugh Jackman said, "It's over, man." I mean, it's funny because he said he wanted to go toe to toe with Downey Jr. as Iron Man. That's like
that would have been
bro,
badass.
bro, my man. Here's your chance.
Here's your chance.
That would have been badass.
But
I think he might be. I think he might be afraid of going toe to toe with Downey Jr. To be honest with you, that's a big motherfucker right there. He is the highest paid Disney fucking actor at this point.
it's the highest paid Disney princess right now.
Yeah, exactly. He really is. He really is. And he was a flagship starter for Marvel. He really was. Iron Man was the flagship movie. I mean, I know they had, all the things before, but until Iron Man really hit it, that was their mama.
Well, Iron Man was the first one,
Yeah.
actually, because the Edward Norton Hulk movie came after, and didn't do that.
That's
well.
right. And the other one before that wasn't. That was
Eric Bana.
which is still under. That was Sony. Sony still actually has theatrical rights to the Hulk character.
Yeah.
That's why
Hulk.
he can't be in his own movie.
Right.
So
That makes sense.
one of the reasons, like the Hulk one with Edward Norton, took a lot of negotiation, and Edward Norton kind of ruined that whole thing. And
Oh yeah.
he wanted to ruin Avengers, and I normally get pissed when they change actors, but I think it was the right move.
No, it was because he would have.
Well, who was the first Hulk? Was Eric Bana?
Eric Bana, yeah.
Bana, whatever. He sucked
not
ass.
Bad. No, he's not bad. He's not. You know what? He's not a
He
bad
wasn't bad. The
actor.
movie was bad.
Right. Exactly. He actually played a pretty decent Bruce Banner. I thought.
I think.
I
What's
thought
his
it.
name? The Mark Ruffalo plays a fantastic.
Oh, he's
Banner.
perfect. He's perfect.
There'll never be another Bill
No,
Bixby.
he's perfect. He's perfect. Yeah, he's absolutely perfect. But yeah, that's huge move. Being able to throw everything in there. I mean, especially with Infinity Wars Part 2, that opens a whole lot of new things for you.
And with the Disney dollar backing it, it can be just as awesome as the last Star Wars film. Now we're looking at the new Star Wars film that just came out this past week that we're all going to go see at some point.
Mm-hmm.
And they do it justice. So I'm not as fearful as a lot of other people I've read online where they're like, that's it, they're going to ruin it. No, give it a chance.
Why?
We all thought that about Star Wars, and look what they did. They gave us a fucking fantastic film. So give it a chance, guys.
Rogue One, not so much.
I liked Rogue One.
It was all right.
Yeah, it was.
Right.
It was what it was.
It wasn't special.
No, it wasn't The Force Awakens.
Well, Rogue One is here's
and even The Force Awakens wasn't.
This is going to sound
spectacular. I mean, it was good, but it wasn't.
You guys both know that's not technically the first Star Wars spin-off movie, right?
Oh yeah,
they had those Ewok movies.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
So if you put it in that category, Rogue One is a fucking great film.
Oh, it's a fucking. If you compare it to those pieces of trash, yeah, absolutely, yeah.
So like on its own, it's a really good movie.
Those were
there was a lot of
quality.
There was a lot of holes up in that bitch.
I also thought of something too with Disney acquiring Fox. We probably will get the whole Fox fanfare at the beginning of the movie back.
Yeah,
that'd be good.
Maybe they'll put that back in there, and they get distribution rights for the Blu-rays and DVDs of the original trilogy again.
That'd be awesome.
Which 20th Century Fox still had. I thought this was a power grab to get all of Star Wars.
I thought that's exactly what it was, because you think about it now, they can remake 4, 5, and 6 the way it's supposed to be fucking remade, and not with these stupid little fucking things here and there.
Put the originals out?
Yes.
I don't know. Lucas says those prints don't exist anymore, so I don't know.
He's full of shit.
They're in a vault somewhere.
They
have to be in a vault
shit.
somewhere.
Yeah, exactly.
Him and Steven Spielberg are raping those prints like in South Park.
Yeah.
Oh, Jesus.
Get him, Georgie. Get him.
All right. So, yeah, get out there and support when you see a Marvel Disney film come out. Go support it. Give them a chance. Don't be fucking stick in the mud Jack Jones over here.
X-Men needs help.
It does.
Oh, God, that franchise is in dire.
I haven't truly enjoyed one since the second one, to be honest.
Yeah, the first one was nice because...
X2 was fantastic.
Logan was great.
Yeah, oh yeah.
Classic movie.
Yeah.
But you know what? Logan's a good movie, and the comic book stuff is kind of secondary.
Yeah,
in my opinion. So they kind of went their own way with that. They took a classic story and made a great movie.
Yeah.
But that's what's on my mind.
All right, well, let me give you what's on my mind. It starts with fuck you, Ed.
Oh, boy.
Because you did it to me again.
What episodic show?
Stranger Things
Is fantastic.
All right. Give me a minute. Guys, I'm not, hopefully I don't spoil anything. If you have not watched Stranger Things yet and you're planning on doing so, this might be the part where you turn it down a minute. I'll wave when I'm done, then you turn it back up. And
don't spoil season 2. I'm not done yet.
I'm only 1, 2, maybe 3 episodes into season 2. That's in a week.
And you're feeling it, right?
Fucker.
You're wishing you were watching it right now.
Let me explain how this started. We were sitting at home a couple days ago, and there's the Eternal Flame. She says, hey, you want to try out this Stranger Things? Yeah, sure, whatever. And I sat and I watched the first 2, and I wasn't hooked. The third one got me a little more. Then the fourth one got me a little more. By the time it reached the last episode, I got pissed off. This is the part we need to turn it down now. I'm giving you the 5-second warning. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. If you're still here, fuck you. When she uses that little 11 girl, uses her mind power to blow that fucking monster to bits, and then she's gone, I was like, fuck this, I'm not watching the show anymore. That was my favorite thing about the whole fucking show, was that little girl, and now she's gone. What the actual fuck? Now you fast forward, season 2, you've watched the first however many. I think
I'm 3 episodes
I
in.
think I'm right there with you. And late in the first episode, you find out, ta-da! 11 is alive. Mm-hmm. Fan-fucking-tastic. I was immediately back in. I'm like, this is it. I'm good. It is really good. I'm not a big sci-fi guy. You know this. Mm-hmm. But motherfucker, is this show well done. And what an all-star cast. You got Winona Ryder to start with, Paul Reiser, Sean Astin. There was another big name.
All the 80s movies.
Yeah,
actors.
Matthew Modine.
Yeah, all
another
the 80s
one.
movie classics are in this movie. I love it. It's fucking great. So, and that music, though. That old 80s
stuff,
movie,
yeah.
Oh, my God, it's great. And it combines, like, so many great movies.
And I'm driving today. I'm driving home thinking about the show. You know, I'm like, tomorrow night I'll watch some Stranger Things because obviously we're here tonight. And it hit me. The fucking greasy-haired bitch-fist boyfriend is the cocksucker from the Domino's commercial who's trying to be Matthew Broderick in Ferris Bueller. If you remember those ads from the last year, That's him. And I knew I hated him for a reason, And it came to me today. He's the fucking
That'll do it.
cocksucker from the Domino's commercials. I'm waving my hand. If you can turn your fucking volume up again. I'm done talking about Stranger Things. If you haven't seen it, go watch it. It's fucking phenomenal.
And real quick for you video game nerds out there, 30 years ago, the first Final Fantasy came out today.
Why is it?
Brian Benoit went out and bought that at the Crystal Mall.
That's like the 8,000th
and
reference.
dropped like 8 hours the first day into that fucking thing, dude. I'll never forget that shit. Fucking absolutely crazy. Absolutely crazy.
We had a suggestion from the Peanut Gallery. Candy, once again, she loves the show. Thinking Pitbull should do a live feed poolside. Beer in hand and a wrestling belt tan line around his stomach. He's never done one before. Thoughts?
Ha!
For us or like just for his own gimmickry, Candy? You gotta.
I was going to say, like, what are we going down there?
Why not?
We'd have to record down there if you want to see that.
Yeah, we'll we'll rent a van. We'll drive down. It's only a 20-hour drive. That's 6 hours for each of us to drive.
I don't know. It feels too much like filming softcore porn to me.
Wow, he just turned that in the wrong direction.
I'm just saying.
Thank you, Kevin. He loves
he's got to have
Stranger
the shirt
Things.
on.
Who? Pitbull?
Yeah.
Dude's built like a brick shithouse. He can walk around just a Speedo if he wants. And then he'll kick
For
your
you.
ass. Oh, not for me, for the wrestling fucking public. Although he wore that leather singlet like you saw it with the green and the black and the chains. You know what? I hope if we show up at his house, he's got the chains. He drags you around the pool. Just for saying some rude shit about Pitbull.
Sounds like fun.
With his with his belt tan line.
Yes, and then he super bombs you into the pool, through a table, on fire.
Then you'll be jelly.
No beer, no blueberry beer for you.
Hey.
How's the Calyptra, by
I
the way?
haven't had a blueberry beer in like months.
Is it out of season?
It's not
or-
too terrible.
It is. It's really good.
Yeah, it's not bad at
No,
all.
I've been cutting down on the beer.
All right. So as Loki alluded to at the top of the show, we are going sports heavy. Why?
Yes.
Because there's a lot to fucking talk about in the last week that we've been away from you guys. So I figured you have the most to talk about your team in the NFL. Why don't you start?
Well, I just want I want to bring up what I brought up into the intro, which I think is fantastic. I think this is probably the smartest move that the WWE has ever fucking made. And this is going to be the first ever Women's Royal Rumble. I'm freaking ecstatic about
They
this,
have
man.
some of the best ladies' talent, women's talent
right
that
now.
they've had
Yes,
in years.
yes, and I don't see any reason why you should not do this and
Right.
go full
And-
blast into this.
And in the last,
Is my girl Bailey going to be there?
oh, of course.
Oh yeah, they're all there. They're all there, man.
My little 5 feet of fury better win that whole thing. Miss Alexa Bliss herself. Two of the best things they've done in the last year regarding the women is they dropped the designation of diva. Always hated that designation. Somebody brought it up to me yesterday at work. We were talking a little wrestling. He goes, you know what? TNA had the right idea. They called their women the Knockouts.
Right.
And when you see a hot chick, you don't go, oh, man, is she a diva? You go, oh, dude, she's a fucking knockout. She's a hottie. She's this, she's that. Never does the word diva cross your lips. So, they're the divas. They're not fucking divas. They're lady wrestlers.
Oh no, you
Treat
watch the
them as
show
such.
and they are divas.
Now it's the women's revolution, and now there's so much women's talent. I caught a little bit of Raw at halftime during the Falcon Buccaneers game, and there was Asuka and Alicia Fox just putting on a hell of a show. Best match I've seen probably in 3 weeks on televised wrestling.
And,
But they just owned it.
our girl, as much as I love seeing her back, Paige is back. What do you think she had to do to get back into the WWE?
She was still under contract.
And
so
do you think this was all a ploy to bring it in? Because if you watch her character now, she isn't straying too far from what she got fired for, and she's actually kind of making it part of her story.
technically, okay, see, this is where the gray area comes in. Depends on what website you read or what your news source is. Some sources say she was never fired. She was suspended.
Oh, she was clearly fired. They clearly said that she was fired.
Okay.
Even McMahon
Yeah,
came
but
out and said
it's
that
the
she
wrestling-
Wasn't scripted.
Exactly.
That's what I'm
Is it the
saying.
wrestling
That's
business?
what I'm saying.
Brian Pillman worked himself into getting a release from WCW 20-some years ago and went to the WWF off of it. All legal, but in WCW's mind, he's not fired. We're sending him a termination notice as part of the gimmick, but no, he's not fired.
Yeah, remember, Danny Davis was suspended for life, and eventually he was like reffing matches again.
Exactly. 2 years
Yeah.
later, after
Yeah.
the wrestling thing went away.
I mean, nobody mentioned him. He was just kind of low key.
Yeah,
'cause
they
that story was over with.
remember in the days where they'd say referee so-and-so or referee Danny Davis
Yeah.
or referee Mike Chioda? No, when Danny Davis came back, it's like the official.
Yeah.
the official. I was like, it's Danny fucking Davis, man. I can see. I'm not blind. I mean, I am half deaf, but I'm not blind.
The guy was in WrestleMania 3, and anybody who watches that is going to recognize
100,000 people in the stands, millions more at home, and you can't figure out that that's Danny fucking Davis right now.
Oh,
you know, little kids probably walked up to him, too, like, hey, weren't you that shitty wrestler from WrestleMania 3?
No, they're doing a great thing with the ladies, and I am actually looking forward to it. Now, is it going to be attached to the Royal Rumble pay-per-view?
I believe so. I believe
That would be
I believe
badass.
that's what they're talking about.
That
Is
would
bringing
be
it to the same
badass.
thing. So it's going to be
And have the same stip where whatever lady wins goes on to fight the
Yes.
champ of their
Sounds
choice.
like everybody better sign up for the network now.
And
That's-
where
yeah.
can they sign up for the WWE Network, Eddie?
I'll just go to WWE's website. No, you can go to LokiJabroni.com.
Hit the WWE affiliate link, sign up now, $9.99 a month, and you get the next pay-per-view for free.
yes,
30-day trial, and then it kicks in.
All the classic matches, too. So,
Oh,
which is
my
nice.
God.
so
yeah.
most of you scratching your head like, who's Danny Davis? Can
Yeah.
go look
you
right
can
now.
look it up right now, Danny
and be
Davis.
like,
You can go
WrestleMania
find
3,
You can
six-way
go
tag.
find that.
It
You
was
want-
against the Bulldogs, right?
Danny
And-
Davis and the Hart Foundation against the Bulldogs and Tito Santana, I believe it was.
Was it Tito? Oh,
Our friend, Tito Santana.
greatest
Our
of
friend.
all time.
Wasn't
Oh, and before we go full into sports, I did want to bring up this real quick. Now, this is I haven't watched it yet. Now, you haven't watched it yet, but I've heard rumors that Poe from Star Wars, Poe Dameron, is a worse character than Jar Jar Binks.
Was Poe in the Force Awakens? I don't
Yeah,
recall.
he was the X-wing pilot. The one
that guy?
The one that I thought him
Yeah.
and what's his face are gonna have like more than a bromance.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, he's not. No, fuck that. Jar Jar still wins.
For
Can I be
Leva's
honest
character.
with you? Can I be honest with you? The Force Awakens doesn't really do much with him for me to even make that judgment.
That's what I'm saying. So for people to start saying this,
Hello, Morgan Brown.
Because he's in the beginning, disappears. It's all about Han, really, and them.
Yeah.
And then he comes back towards the end. So they don't really do anything with him.
no,
Well,
exactly.
the thought was
and that's
wasn't
just
the thought was he was dead, and then
Yeah.
you find out he's alive. So
But what I'm saying,
They did it right.
He's not really on the screen enough for me to decide if he's annoying or not. Because he
Well,
does
I-
something cool in the beginning.
I might think that this
well,
opinion.
he's taken out at this point. I know he's taken out. I think Jar Jar actually has more kills than he does at this point. I have to watch this movie, but
well, Jar Jar is the Dark Lord of the Sith.
yeah, I agree with that. I
He's
know
going to
he's
show
got
up in the next Star Wars movie.
350
Oh, fuck.
After they
fucking-
kill
No.
Snoke. After they kill Snoke, and they'd be like, "Yay,
No,
restore balance to the
no,
Force!"
please,
and he's
God,
like,
no.
Misa don't think so.
No, he's
Christ.
just-
Yusa think Yusa Jedi's?
Thank you for that. Morgan says, you guys are awesome. And Morgan should know. Morgan, I just want to see some smiley faces come up. Do you remember the dance? Just that's all I got to say. Just do you remember the dance?
All right. Well, I did have to cut in there. I'm
No,
kind
and
of
that's- and
excited.
that- and
I'm
that's
kind of
fine.
excited to find out.
It's gonna-
because,
it's gonna
you
be
know
great.
that's a mouthful to say that he's a worse character
you know
than
what?
Jar Jar Binks because
It should be pointed out too. They're saying that this is Carrie Fisher's best run in with being Princess Leia or General Leia.
And
whatever you wanna call
well,
her.
yeah, and she actually wrote some of this. I heard
Really?
there was
Yeah,
there was
she
a part.
she did some script changes. Yeah,
She did some script changes on her own freaking thing that I guess were amazing.
Well, because she was boning George Lucas. She knows Star Wars.
She
It's swum through her body
Yeah.
and probably out her nostril.
probably did.
So, rest in peace, Carrie.
Yes. So the ladies' Royal Rumble sounds good. I'm gonna keep it in the WWF vernacular for right now.
WWE, don't sue us.
Yeah, sorry, WWE, WWF. Who gives a shit?
The real
It was
WWF.
17 years ago, right about this time, that the XFL debuted.
Yes.
And I actually was looking forward to it. I get more football in between the NFL. This is going to be good. And the first couple games were really good. But like NASCAR, they had to tweak the rules as they went along because I think they only had 6 months lead in time. Turned out the league was a shithole. It was a sinkhole for money. They lost $30 million. That's only the WWE's half. NBC lost $30 million on the XFL. Word on the street, it's been reported in The Sun. It's been reported in the New York Times. It's been reported on MSN. Vince McMahon and Dick Ebersol are thinking of reviving the XFL. Yeah, okay, you're laughing, Ed, but now I want to hear what you really have to say. Come on.
Well, you know what? I'm going to defend the XFL a little bit first. The XFL doesn't have.
Are you doing what I think you're doing?
No,
Okay.
definitely not yet.
Okay.
No. I think you guys are just going to agree with this one. The XFL didn't have the advantages the NFL have. Like, the NFL is technically a nonprofit, which means they pay no taxes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, pretty much.
XFL was a pure profit business, and if you don't, it doesn't matter if you're on TV. If you don't get the butts in the seats,
Yeah.
and you got what's the average roster in football?
53 players.
53 players times how many teams do they have at the time? It was like
At the time,
8, right?
The XFL?
Yeah.
The XFL had a 36-man roster and 8 teams.
And didn't McMahon own all of them?
They were owned by the parent company, and they were like, I don't know how you leased maybe
Yeah.
to separate owners who filled the rosters and what have you.
Just as a business structure, it's a recipe for disaster. Because
Correct.
you got the NFL, the nonprofit umbrella that all these owners can have their teams play football. So you have multiple billionaires. They're all billionaires.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah.
Like
Arthur Blank, the owner of the Falcons, owns the fucking Home Depot, for fuck's sake.
Because I think that like the price tag for the Panthers right now, if I just watched on the news, is like $3 or $5 billion. That's the price tag.
With all the properties and licenses that go with it, yeah, it's pretty close.
And we can talk about Diddy wanting to get in on that and his reasons why, but
Mm-hmm.
usually there's like 4 or 5 billionaires that own one team. Very rarely you have one billionaire for one team, and those people are usually in the top 10 Forbes.
But the difference between, and I use this because it goes back to, I don't know, 20 years ago you could have this argument between the Red Sox and the Yankees. You really can't now, is that the owner is the guy putting the team on the field, the owner and the general manager. Mm-hmm. So if you are a John Henry or a George Steinbrenner, now Hal Steinbrenner, you want to put the best product you can on the field. Why? Yes. Not only to win that big trophy at the end of the year, but to get the dollars from tickets, ad revenue, shirt sales.
Excitement.
Oh, yeah. And these two teams dump the money back into the team. The Red Sox for years called it buying championships. Now they have 3 of their own. They see the business model. I'm not picking on you, but they see the business models. If we just dump the money back into the team, if we go out and get the Kurt Schillings or the Pedro Martinez's or David Ortiz back in the day, we can contend and we can do this. And they did. They put their money back into the team, and it's been a success for Boston ever since. Mm-hmm. The XFL didn't have that. You got one guy running the show. You have the offshoot spider web of the owners who put the thing on the field, but they're not paying the tab. Vince McMahon was paying the tab.
Right.
And you can't do that.
Well, I think
there's no parity.
It's not sustainable.
Correct.
I think Vince thought he just had himself a fucking huge cash cow that was just going to, spill over millions and millions of dollars. I mean,
but it worked. It worked for, and I'll say this: if they'd had, what did they announce it in March of 2000, and they went live in February 2001.
Yeah.
1 year. You give them 4 or 5 years to get everything squared away and get their model down. We may be talking about the XFL in February, March. Hey, look, the new season's starting, and here's 3-time champion Birmingham Bolts and the San Francisco Demons. I still remember some of the names.
Yeah, yeah.
Here's another thing too. Like football fans in general, like they're not.
Demons were that pretty cool. Fucking
that was my favorite, man. That was I picked that team early on.
I actually watched a couple games because I thought
they were in the championship.
I really thought
lost,
it was just going to be wrestling with football, and it kind of was.
Yeah.
But,
and that's another thing. Thank you for bringing that
up.
Get real football announcers. Dick Butkus was great. I'll give Jim Ross credit because he came up calling Atlanta Falcon games in the 80s. Jesse Ventura played football in high school and in the Navy, so that's another.
A lot of the wrestlers were ex-football players too. So.
Yeah, but to have Jerry the fucking King Lawler, who I love, he's one of my favorite performers of all time in the wrestling business. I don't want to hear Jerry Lawler calling a football game. I want to hear about the button hook and the slant and how this guy came out of the secondary and do it. Yes. And then Jerry Lawler's like, look at those cheerleaders, puppies! No, motherfucker.
What I was saying too, like your average football fans, they're people like us, really, and a lot of these guys, when football season comes, they pour their heart, soul, and cash into that NFL season.
Oh yeah,
and
we're 2 of them.
When the season's over, usually not a lot of money left because then you're rolling into baseball.
I'm a perpetual money roller. I got football, NASCAR, baseball, hockey, just all in this one.
But it's
large
all season, and it rolls and rolls.
But it rolls into each other.
So what if you've got NFL, then XFL coming in at the same time you're normally watching baseball, whatever.
Oh, those 2 weeks between the Super Bowl and Daytona are the hardest 2 weeks ever. Even though I have hockey, that's the hardest 2 weeks ever.
So there's only so much amount of money that a fan is going to invest. Now, Now, add this. Most fans who are wrestling fans, not like yourselves, they're also football fans. It's always going to be in the back of your mind, is this shit scripted?
Oh, people thought that from the get-go.
Exactly.
I think it was in his press conference. Somebody said, is this going to be legit football? And Vince McMahon, out loud, I remember the quote, heaven forbid Vince McMahon be thought of as legit. I'm a legit businessman who runs a legit business, but what you see on television is no different than the latest Tom Cruise movie.
Yeah.
So he's not putting it out there as this is a sport in wrestling. He was putting it out there that this is a sport in football. And it could, I'm saying it now, it could have worked, but they didn't have enough time to prepare.
No, I'm not saying it was a bad idea. I think the execution was poor, and I think he should have done it on a smaller scale.
Mm-hmm.
But
well,
you got to admit, though,
teams.
even yourself, when you're watching those football games, you would have wondered, is this real football on the field?
Agreed.
The only thing is,
and
even
keep in mind, that's
people-
harder to fake.
Oh, no,
Right,
it is. I was
right.
going to say, a lot of people say, like, a lot of these games, yeah, I see where you're coming from with saying games can be scripted and
We're
going to
talk about a game in a little while where I think Vince
But
McMahon runs the NFL.
How
but let's digress.
hard is it to really do that? When you only have 2 people in a ring, it's a little easier to keep that scripted. When you have 11 versus 11 and you got fucking 22 fucking guys out there, plus the refs, it's a little harder to script every single fucking play. You
Yeah, I
know
don't
what
think
I'm
the
saying?
line-
Unless you're
linemen
the
are-
Falcons when they tell them to drop the fourth quarter.
That's still.
I quit.
I had to.
I
Merry Christmas.
understand. You know, I can see what you're saying because I don't think you're going to have 2 linemen, knuckles down, going, okay, I'm going to slip to the left and you're going to slip to the right and you're going to sack the quarterback because I just got in my ear that that's what Vince wants. There'll be no talk of Vinnie Vincent on this football field.
Well, I think all you really need is a good quarterback because the quarterback can deliberately fuck up a play.
Oh, yeah.
And you basically be like, yo, why don't you go out? I'm going to totally fuck up this play.
Paul Crew.
You know?
And the longest yard was probably more real football than the XFL was. They just didn't have the time. They didn't have the resources, and they didn't have the players. I think there was 20 players out of all of those 8 teams that had an NFL career.
Yeah.
Tommy Maddox, Rod Smart. He hate me for those of you who don't remember Rod Smart. A couple other guys. I can't remember their names offhand, but they went on, and they would have that tag, especially when can't remember who the Pittsburgh Cordell Stewart went down.
Yes.
And Tommy Maddox came in as the backup. Like, well, here's Tommy Maddox. His last team was the LA Extreme of the XFL.
Yeah.
And what did Tommy Maddox do? He went on to do great things with
Oh, he
Pittsburgh.
was.
Took him to a Super Bowl, for fuck's sake. He was the real deal. It's just unfortunate that NFL didn't see his talent at the time. He had to go ply it elsewhere. The XFL was his launching pad.
Yeah.
Much like Kurt Warner had the Arena League as his launching pad. By the way, what's the finish on Kurt Warner? Hall of Famer, 2-time Super Bowl champ? Come on.
Yeah.
You gotta find your talent somewhere.
Right, exactly. I mean, look at like we talked about with the Vikings. Adam Thielen, walk on.
Yeah.
Walk on.
And look at him, he's fucking lighting it up
He's having
right
a
now.
fucking Pro Bowl year. Fucking Pro Bowl year.
I don't know how many weeks ago it was. We were watching a game together, and you were singing your More Than a Thielen song, and somebody was looking for a receiver, a guy I work with. I'm like, Adam Thielen, Minnesota, go pick him up. Oh, well, I don't know. And I'm like, go pick him the fuck up. And he did, and he's been thanking me ever since. He's now in the Fantasy Football Championship. So
Exactly.
if you're listening, you're welcome.
You're welcome.
I did that.
You're welcome.
Me. Share the fucking prize money with me. I took you there.
Hey, since I know Vince McMahon listens to the show regularly,
You should.
Every day. I heard.
here's my
I heard he
advice.
backs up.
Binge listens.
If you try to bring back the XFL, this is how you can do it right. One, you need to get other people invested into the teams.
Yes.
Right.
Second, you're going to need a hook so people look past the whole it might be scripted shit. Say the company gives 10% to charity or something. Just make it
That's fantastic idea.
worthwhile. you know?
Honestly, as a watcher, I don't give a crap about that.
I kind of do. I like seeing the commercials in the NFL games. Like I watched the game last night, and they show that the Walter Payton Humanitarian Award. Here's the nominee from the Bucks. Here's the nominee from the Falcons, and each team gives X amount of money during this game to this charity. It's nice to know that these guys care,
Oh yeah, yeah, absolutely.
but it's not the first thing I think of.
No, but hey, you're more likely to buy the merchandise. You're more likely to buy tickets to a game if it's nearby.
No,
That does
absolutely.
matter.
No,
it
but-
depends on the charity too. So,
Well-
say they give 10% to the veteran hospital. how many people are going to show up like, oh, I get to watch football and 10% goes to Veterans Hospital?
Done.
Fuck yeah.
Done.
You know?
Now, here's another question in regard to the XFL, because I can tie this in with now that Major League Lacrosse is becoming a huge thing around the country, and the WNBA has
Weird,
been isn't it really? And the WNBA has been bubbling for years. How long before one of our 2 casinos locally gets in on the XFL game and tries to get a team here locally and build a stadium for them? They got Rentschler Field right up the road in Hartford.
But did you see how long it took them to get Rentschler Field? And then when it finally did start getting fixed, dude, believe me, I drove by it all the fucking time. It took years.
The same thing with Dunkin' Donuts Stadium up there for the Yard Goats.
Still have fucking parking issues. Where are you going to put everybody?
I'm still wondering, where do you park at Dunkin' Donuts Stadium? Because I parked across the street from it in a parking garage going to lunch one time with our friend Pokey. I'm like, where the fuck do people park for this motherfucker?
Yeah.
There's not a lot of area.
No.
Are they going to down
Is this the one in Providence?
No, there's the Dunkin' Donuts Stadium in Hartford for the Yard Goats.
There's one in Providence.
That's the Dunkin' Donuts Arena.
Yeah, they just had wrestling there.
Yes, last night.
Some friends that went there.
Same. My friends were there too. Then none of them brought a Loki and Jabroni sign, you sick fucks. Thanks.
Right? Assholes.
Thanks. We could have been right behind Finn Balor when he went up to the top rope.
Selfish.
I was looking.
Selfish.
Bunch of bitches.
Selfish.
Shame.
Could it work? That's my last question. Could the XFL work?
Sure. The problem is, I think, just like Ed says, you need a lot of advertising. You need to let people know ahead of time that it's coming, and you need to assure them that it's not staged. And that's going to be the hardest part. That's going to be the hardest part. I think even if you convince them that it's not staged, they're still going to think that it's somewhat staged. Especially let Aaron Rodgers goes out every 3rd week and throws this incredible Hail Mary.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And people are like, oh, my God, it's incredible. Let them pull this on the XFL, and the first thing they're saying is, oh, it's fixed. It's fixed. This is ridiculous. Come on. Who's going to win a football game with 0 left and strip away from this tackle and strip away from that tackle and just barely get away on triple freaking coverage, and he drops it in their hands? No, that's not going to happen.
You know who'd be perfect for the XFL at this point?
Aaron Rodgers.
Colin Kaepernick.
Aaron Rodgers.
Colin Kaepernick.
Get the fuck out of the NFL.
And depending on who you listen to, Jay Cutler. He lit up the Patriots 2 weeks ago.
Jay would be perfect because he could smoke his cigarettes out there.
Yes.
Oh, this is kind of shady on Vince McMahon's part, but I just had a theory. Like, the NFL took a dive because of all that kneeling shit. I'm wondering if Vince McMahon is trying to capitalize on that. Well, I'll make all my players kneel. They will kneel. They'll bow.
Kneel before Zod.
Because it'd be a private company. You can make them do whatever.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So the problem with the NFL, a lot of people don't understand, is because of their nonprofit status. They can't mess with that.
Yeah.
So I still think it's bullshit that they're nonprofit.
I agree.
Well, that's how
It is what it is.
They've been nonprofit for a long motherfucking time.
Yeah, that commissioner is one rich motherfucker.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he is, dude.
And he wants a raise, motherfucker.
Yeah.
What do you got?
Yeah, because
kid?
of all the drama that he's been fucking dealing with. All the drama.
God, I don't know how they expect me to live off $150,000 a week.
Okay, so we had some fucking blowouts last week. Minnesota was one of them. And it's kind of funny.
Congratulations. You not only got I think it's a first round bye, but you got the division.
Well, we definitely have a first round bye. That's going to happen. We're just going to see if we're going to have 1 seed or 2 seed.
Right.
And it just depends
Same either way. I don't think.
Right. Well, actually, it's a little different. It just depends on whether or not.
You wouldn't have home field in the championship game if you got the 2.
There you go.
If you were facing
against
the 1.
the Eagles. Right. At this point.
Fuck the Eagles.
There was a slaughter. It's funny because a week ago they're talking about the Seahawks being it's the sleeper fucking playoff team, and they just got destroyed by the fucking Rams, 45-7. And last but not least, I believe it was
the Rams.
Minnesota, and there was another one that
Jaguars.
did. Oh, yes. Oh,
Jaguars
my God.
lit it up.
What a fucking... That was 43-7. That was 43-7.
And I want to point out that early in the season, because you guys beat the Bengals, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes, that was...
Everybody from NFL.com to Loki and Jabroni to CBS thought the Bengals were going to be the runaway favorite in that division, except me. I think I said Pittsburgh with the Bengals right underneath.
Yes.
The Bengals have been a hill of shit. They're like Cleveland Junior.
No, they've a lot of the teams that were scheduled to do kind of good this year. I mean, are
shit in the bed. Denver, what?
And oh God, yeah, fucking Raiders. Mm-hmm. They were supposed to turn around and be fucking phenomenal this year. You know what I'm saying? But no,
shit happens.
No. Some really close games that I think are showing people what teams are really out there. I mean, look, for you guys, you had a close game last night.
Yes, I did.
24-21. Mm-hmm. But I don't ever take divisional games as
they're
a
not
sign.
The same.
No, they're not. You know each other in and out. You know how each other play. It's like growing up with your brother. You know what he's going to do, or as they put it back in the day, like sports rival. You know their moves. If you're playing right, exactly. You're playing basketball against somebody and you know them so well. If they kind of like do this little wiggle, you know they're going to the right. That's just the way that they are. Mm-hmm. They might fake half the other fucking world out, but they're not going to fake you out because you've played them so fucking much. So I can't ever even consider those quote unquote close games because they're not. They're going to be close every time. They're going to be just like the Bears fucking Vikings, probably going to be a fucking close game. It always is. It always is. You know, we just know each other too well.
You can go back to that Dolphins-Patriots game. You can, like you did, reference last night's game between the Falcons and the Bucs. You can reference a week ago when the Falcons played the Saints. Close games, all of them.
Yes.
And the division games are always a crapshoot. But when you look at the games against, say, you guys played, I'm trying to remember, it was an out-of-conference team, and you guys just obliterated them, and it was awesome.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, no.
Much like the Bengals last 2 days ago.
Yeah, well, the Bengals, like we said, we knew they were a hurt team. We weren't too afraid of them going in. I thought, to be honest with you, our last challenge was Carolina. Carolina stepped up. They brought their game. I mean, hell, Carolina beat the bejesus out of the Packers.
Yeah. Carolina.
Did you hear him?
Yeah.
Did you hear that son of a bitch? He's on the field. Oh, you were doing fucking foot. You were doing, what do you say? You were watching films?
Yeah.
Watch this. And then he fucking throws a touchdown pass in their face. Like, I'll tell you, when Cam gets like this, he's dangerous.
But
he's dangerous.
And because he's in my division, I watch a lot of his games. When he gets like this, he's dangerous to an extent, and then he overextends.
Exactly.
And that's what I'm hoping happens in the next 2 weeks because we have the Saints this weekend.
I was going to say that. Do you think he hit this edge too soon?
We'll find out. If Carolina wins this week and loses next week to the Falcons, they have a problem.
Because they got a big problem.
The Saints,
they got a big fucking problem.
The Saints going forward, and I don't know who Carolina has this week. Somebody can probably. It would suck if they have the Saints because then the whole fucking thing. All I know is if Atlanta wins out, the South is theirs. That's it.
He's going Atlanta, to the Google machine.
If Atlanta wins out, they take the South because they have the Saints and the Panthers.
All right, so
and any tie would be broken by the wins versus the other ones.
Falcons, Saints, and Buccaneers, Panthers.
Oh, fuck. Well, let's hope the Buccaneers do what they did like against the Falcons last night and play a really tough, hard-nosed game.
And then the last is going to be Panthers, Falcons, and then Saints, Buccaneers.
Yeah, it's all interdivision.
It's all flip-flop, yeah.
I'm a big Buccaneers fan for the next 2 weeks, guys. Yay, Bucks. Pewter and red and whatever.
Yeah, I know. What is that? Is that it used to be like fucking orange and
white like a creamsicle. No,
yeah,
pewter and red.
Is it pewter? Is that what they consider?
That's what they call it, pewter.
Pewter.
It is pewter.
With those telephone, digital telephone,
the digital numbers. I hate those fucking things, man.
Well, good job by you this weekend to cement yourself. I got a lot of people talking about Minnesota.
Jaguar, yeah.
They're talking about Minnesota.
I do got to say that it is actually nice for those random people that do come up to me. It's funny because I'm getting a whole lot of, dude, you guys look really good this year. I hope you go all the way. There's not a whole lot of hate. When we did this with Favre, there was a lot of hate. a lot of Minnesota hate for no fucking reason
Well, I
whatsoever.
can tell you 2 reasons why, because I would think the same thing of Matt Ryan if he did it. He said, I'm done. I can't do this anymore. Aaron Rodgers is the future. I'm the past, whatever. He went inside. Didn't he go inside the division, or did he go to the Jets
No, he went
first?
to the Jets first.
Okay.
He went to the Jets first. Remember the
Okay,
pussy?
I don't remember the hate.
Remember the pussy texting?
That's
he
right,
was
with Jennifer Searger. I don't remember the hate until he went to Minnesota because it was inside the division that you guys all know and love. And
Yeah,
hate
but
the other
they've
team.
done it to us. We've done it to them. You take fucking people left and right. I mean, it's just the way the fucking cookie crumbles, man.
It is.
I mean, it's just the way it works. But it wasn't just hate from Green Bay fans, though. It was hate from Patriots fans. It was, you guys.
Oh, you're going to get into my next topic.
You guys are going to
Christ, thank
totally
you so much.
destroy. You're going to get totally destroyed by the Saints. You ain't going nowhere after this. After we had a freaking incredible game against Dallas, you know what I'm saying? Like, we literally came from nowhere, beat fucking Dallas to go to the NFC Championship. You guys aren't going nowhere. Fucking Saints are going to destroy you. It's going to be like 45-10. Like, it's just.
And what was the finish on that?
Well, we only lost by like 2. Like,
Right.
if fucking Adrian, I like to fumble on the fucking 1-yard line, just would have actually done his
That's
job
his
and
shtick.
held on. Yeah, no, that it is. That's why I told people. I was like, good luck with him. Have fun with that. Yeah. I hope you do get to the fucking Super Bowl, because you know what he's going to do for you? Fumble it on the fucking 1-yard line, because that's what he does. That's his fucking MO.
You're talking about hatred. And I know we briefly touched on it a little earlier, but I want to send this message out to you. Not to you, but to you, Boston fan. Whether you're a Patriots fan, Red Sox fan, Celtics fan, Bruins fan, stop the hate. I listened to a great podcast the other day, ESPN 30 for 30. They're going to do, they're doing a bit on the guys who invented the Yankees Suck T-shirts. Fantastic. If the documentary is anything like the podcast, I'm going to sit down and watch it beginning to end. It's going to be fantastic. But the gentleman who started the Yankee Suck T-shirt business said the same thing. After 2004, all that hatred's gone.
Yeah.
Stop with the Yankee Suck chants at concerts. Stop with the Yankee Suck chants on a bus. Stop with Yankee Suck chants at all, because in the last 13 years, you guys are the gold standard. Let's look at this decade from 2000 until now, 17 years. The Red Sox have 3 championships. Yankees have 2.
Mm-hmm.
You're in the lead. Start acting like it. Not you, but
Oh,
Red
yeah.
Sox Nation. Now let's move to the Patriots, you dirty cocksucker, cheating bastard motherfuckers. Yeah, you got 5 rings in the last 15 years. Fantastic. You are the gold standard of the NFL. You seem to forget that just 5 years earlier, from that first championship, you were the laughingstock of the NFL. You accidentally made the Super Bowl in '96 against Green Bay, and they ate your lunch and kissed your girlfriends. Go back 15 years before that, you accidentally made the Super Bowl against the Bears.
No, they
what did they do?
they had a good
kissed your
team.
girlfriend, they ate your
They had
lunch.
a good team. They had
And
a
they
good
got
team against the
destroyed
Bears.
each
Well, I was going to
time.
say yes. Against the Bears,
Destroyed.
that was not fair. I remember watching that as a child.
When
I
Refrigerator
actually saw
Perry
that.
runs in a touchdown against you, you're not a top-notch team.
No, it was ugly. It was ugly to say the
I
least.
watched it out with my dad. He didn't
Right-
speak
right now-
Yeah.
for like an hour straight.
The Bruins and the
Just sipped his
Celtics,
beer.
yeah, right.
Yeah.
The Bruins and the Celtics right now probably have the most, how do I put this, humble fan bases in Boston, because
Yes.
each have only one championship in the last, say, 20, 30 years. So yeah, they know what it's like to be on the bottom of the barrel. They're not, shooting off at the mouth, going, hey, look at us with our 17 rings. Look at us, we're the original 6 with 8 championships. That's great. What have you done for me lately? I'm a Bruins fan. I'll say the same thing. I like the Celtics. I'm not a big basketball guy, but I'm not, you know me already. I'm not the guy who's going to go touting what I did way back when, because that's way back when. Now you're just being Dallas fan.
No.
All right. Yankees suck, needs to stop. Patriots thumping their chest. This year, the Patriots can thump their chest. Why? Because I always say you're only as good as your last season. Who hoisted that trophy in February? The New England Patriots. They have the bragging rights until this Super Bowl coming up in Minnesota goes off and has a finish.
Yep.
So, Patriots fans, live it up. But next year, if you don't win the big dance and you want to talk to me about how awesome you are, hey, who's got all the rings? Who won the last ring? Not you.
Well, my big thing is, I mean, you pretty much put it in a big nutshell. It was the humble pie. Like, you guys have done this in a decade. Like, it's impressive. I'm not saying it's not impressive. I'm sorry, in 2 decades. I'm sorry.
The last
'cause it was
17
like 90,
years,
yeah.
it's been Boston.
I was gonna say, it's
Boston
like-
has been the hub of sports between the Celtics. All 4 major teams
Yeah.
have come home with the trophies.
Absolutely, if not a couple times.
Yeah.
If not a couple times, you know what I'm saying? And-
Boston and the Patriots right now, between them, 8 championships. You throw in 1 from the Bruins, 1 from the Celtics. Celtics was 2008.
2008.
And 2011 was the Bruins. So, my God, you have 10 major championships in 17 years? Be proud.
Yeah.
Don't be hateful.
Well,
Fuck.
Yeah, that's one thing. This is what you're bringing up is what turns me off about sports, and it turns me off about some video games. Like it's not about how much you love your team most of the time; it's how much you hate the other guy. And
yes.
you're just setting yourself up for heart problems, high cholesterol, stress. Like,
Guilty.
you know, even I get it. You invest a lot in the team, but at the end of the day, like they're all humans.
It's not
they
war.
go home.
We
It's not war.
say it
It's-
to each other all the time. If we watch a ball game like we did with Michigan and Ohio State, game's over. We shake hands. We're like, dude, it's not war.
We have
We're still
have
boys.
these sports. We have these sports so that we don't go to war.
Exactly. And
You
what
know,
ends up
yeah.
happening, we go to war
We
anyway.
go to war anyway.
Supposed to, yeah.
Fuck. I'm done with that point, and I'm done with this beer. I think we need to try a new brew. What do you think? How you doing over
I
there?
sound, yeah.
All right, Ed, how you doing over
I'm
there?
still working on this one.
All right, I'll still break one out anyway. Your next point is coming up now.
I was going to say, make sure you don't pull that whole fucking thing.
Thank you very much.
All right, so as we were leading into, I think I'm going to continue on with this. Obviously, Sunday there's a big talk of catches, not catches. Eli Manning chimed in about this today too.
Good old Eli.
I don't have a problem with Eli. I really don't, man. Can I just say, first of all, for a guy who's never missed a game in fucking how many years? 17 years? 17-year career, dude.
Oh,
I've
Christ.
watched this
Has he
fucking
been
kid.
that long?
Dude, literally, yes.
You
Yes.
I got to Google that shit.
No, absolutely.
I believe you, but that's insane. I thought he was like 10, 12 years.
No, I've literally watched
I gotta
this
see
kid
this.
from the day he was supposed to be a Charger and his daddy called up and got him to be a Giant, to the moment that people said you have no chance against Tom Brady, to the second time he had no chance against Tom Brady. To
Beat him both times, by the way.
To-
Stick that in your ass, Patriot fan.
to where he is now, and to have
Triggered.
somebody tell
Whatever.
Eli to sit the fuck down, and he did it. He didn't fight. He didn't say shit. Do you know why? Because Eli is he's a world class fucking dude. He really is. He doesn't give a shit about nothing. He's straight up. He's never been fucking injured.
2004.
2004, yeah, so
13 years.
13 years.
Good call.
So 13 years I've watched this fucking kid do his fucking thing, man. And let me say this. He might not be as intelligent as his brother, but
Or is good looking.
he is a better athlete than his brother. And here's why I'm going to tell you this.
Oh, I
Here's
hear
why
this.
I'm going to say this. Look at all the work that Peyton does. He's told you. I mean, fucking coaches have told you. This dude will stay here till 4 o'clock in the fucking morning watching fucking videos. Man, this guy's insane. You know what they say about Eli? Eli sits around about 45 minutes, watches a fucking video. I got it. Walks away. He usually got it, man. He usually got it. That says something about him. That says something about him. You know what I'm saying? And not only that, he's never been injured. He's gotten hit. Let's be honest. The Giants' offensive line isn't fucking great. It hasn't been great in a very long time. Why? Because they spend money on defense like they've always had. They spend money on wide receivers like they always have, and they spend money on their fucking running backs. They haven't had to worry about a quarterback because Eli's been there for 13 fucking years. So, now you're left with this whole
Can't put
fucking
all your
thing.
eggs in one basket.
No, you can't. When they turned around and they did what they did to Eli, I thought that was some dirty, dirty shit. Now, with everything that we just said about Eli even said that he felt that wasn't a catch. A catch is completely exactly what it's supposed to be. A catch. Eli said it wasn't a catch. The catch that we, of course, are talking about is Jesse James from the Pittsburgh Steelers.
Not the one from the New Age Outlaws.
Not the one from
Gotcha.
the NHL list.
I just
No.
want to make sure we had the same guy.
No, he's about like this tall. He's a big dude.
Unlike the road dog who's about
Now,
this tall.
I'm going to set it up to be as fair and unbiased on both sides as I possibly can. Mm-hmm. It is second down. Second down.
That's 2 out of 4, kids.
Right. You go for it. You think you have the touchdown. They reverse it. You still have 2 more chances to get this in. What do? You fuck up, and then you do some kind of fucking weird-ass bobble fucking shit, and the Patriots fucking intercept it from you.
Yeah.
All right? So first of all, Jesse James and the refs didn't fuck you. You fucked you. Mm-hmm. You had a chance to tie the game. You had a chance to fucking hit the field goal, but you decided to do some weird-ass... You did some weird-ass stupid shit. The ball was tipped. The Patriots got it. You lost the game, okay? The refs didn't fuck you. Now, going back to the play that didn't get, that did get reversed, but had absolutely nothing to do with you losing that game. Let's get that in your head right now. This had nothing to do with you losing the game. Say it with me, okay? Because you had 2 more downs, one of which you could have easily used to tie the game and bring it to overtime.
There were only seconds left. It was
exactly.
like 25 seconds left.
Exactly.
I watched that game beginning to end, and I
didn't watch it beginning to end. I caught like the last 10 minutes, and obviously that was the best part of the fucking game.
Angela being a Patriots fan, I watched the game with her, knowing my game was Monday night, and we both looked at each other and goes, that was one of the best football games we've seen played all year. It was
a shootout.
Fantastic.
It was a fucking shootout. It was what we consider to be a shootout. There was defensive plays when they needed the defensive plays to kind of be there, but for the most part, they were lackadaisical. Mm-hmm. They didn't do much out there. Now, let me explain what a catch is. The reason why they pulled that back was because the ball was not in total control. Now, when they say the ball breaks the plane, the reason why they're saying this is because, number one, 9 times out of 10, they've already made 10, 12 steps. They're running to the end zone at this fucking point.
Give or take.
When they do that jump thing and they barely hit the end zone, because I heard this argument.
Julio Jones.
I've heard a lot of arguments. Well, what about the ones where they run into hit the corner and their bodies are out here, but the ball is over here? They have already been established as a runner. The catch was already made. They've already made 3 steps. They have already maintained control of that ball. Now they can do whatever they want. If they go like this and break the plane, it's a touchdown. The problem with Jesse James's catch was he didn't establish the catch. He caught the ball, and as he was falling to the ground...
He made a turn and then started to fall.
He didn't go boom, 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 boom. There wasn't multiple steps, and this is where people get confused. Yes, it is a catch. I'm not saying it's not a catch if his butt hits the ground. That's where he's down. The problem is, when he went to do the turn, his body that was it. There's no moving his legs, so you have only the ball to go by. He has not established a catch yet. He is not an established caught, so what he is physically doing when he puts that ball on the ground, and you see the ball move. He does not have control of the ball when it hits the ground. Therefore, it's not a touchdown, and they pull it back. Now,
I disagreed with the call, however, only because, and again,
no, absolutely.
I threw my own guy under the bus. I'm like, Julio Jones makes a career out of that. And I went back and I watched a bunch of highlights. I'm like, he did it there, he did it there, he did it 2 weeks ago against whatever team we beat 2 weeks ago. I don't remember. He did it against the Saints, but it wasn't for a touchdown. It was for like some positive yardage somewhere.
But you gotta also watch the ball. That's what they're looking at.
I did. When
he's got strong ass fucking
I had
hands.
to watch the ball, and I think of the 7 highlights I watched, he got the good call on 4 of them, and 3 of them he had full control. So you can't, and we've said it a million times, the interpretation of the rule can't be as gray as it is. You have to have.
And don't forget, if you're going to overturn it, they clearly say you must have undeniable proof.
Correct.
And apparently they had undeniable proof. And I wasn't the only one who thought that was a catch and they got screwed over. A lot of people thought it. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. But here's the thing. You go back, you watch that shit on super slow motion, and then if you really do understand the rules, he did not establish himself as a runner yet because he didn't take those steps.
No, he didn't turn around.
Those are the difference. Right, exactly. If you do that, you must completely hold on to the ball. They know this. Wide receivers know this. It's like you going to fucking work and being like, yeah, I knew my job, but I just kind of didn't do that part of it because, like, you know, 9 times out of 10, they don't really look at me. You know, so I just kind of, and that's exactly what happened
Ed's
here.
Nodding. I'm wondering if that happens to him at his job.
Well, it's very simple. You know what your job is. Mm-hmm. You know if you're not going to take steps into the end zone, you know they're going to watch that.
With no one around him, he could have wrapped that ball up and rolled into the end zone.
Exactly.
Clean.
Right. The problem was he wanted to have that ball break the plane.
Now, do we want to be a dick right now? Do we want to be like a bucket of dicks right now?
He won't pick up, but I mean,
don't think so?
You could
Let's
try
it. Ed, watch your ears. Folks at home, just be ready. Here we go. I'm going to get off the feed, and we're going to make a phone call. See, because earlier today,
I'm going to go back.
You go right ahead. Earlier today, we had a young gentleman decide he was going to tell Loki and I that we don't know what the fuck we're talking about. So, let's give him a call. By the way, this phone number was provided by the gloriousness of the internet. Do we have a connection yet?
You're not doxing someone, are you?
No, not at all. Here we go.
We are unable to complete your call at this time.
Well, luckily we have 2 numbers, so we're going to try the second one. If not, we'll explain everything in a minute. We would rather get this piece of shit on the line and have some fun. By the way, if you ever try to internet bully Loki and Jabroni, we will find your phone number and we'll fuck you up. It's the most fun we can have without getting naked with our significant others. See if this number works. Anytime today, telephone company. Here we go.
We are unable to complete.
Oh, of course. We have some 2 bum numbers, so I'm going to have to throw it back to you, Loki, if you want to explain.
Right
hey, look, I want to be a dick right now. I'm listening to myself.
So, anyways, we were making up this very same point, and it's funny because obviously your girl is a Patriots fan, and one of our friends is a diehard Steelers fan. Pitbull, diehard Steelers fan.
Pitbull and Candy, right? Yeah.
So, you know, it's not like we don't have people on both sides. It's not like we're not trying to be biased for one and not for the other. You know what I'm saying? Because we have friends on both sides. It's you know, it's not like me and Daryl where it's just straight hatred because he's a Packers fan. It's just, you know, that's just how it is.
I wonder if this will work.
Speak for yourself. I think you're both losers.
Yeah, well, we are. Hi, Tyler. It's Chris from the Loki and Jabroni Show. I got Mike here next to me. We're leaving you a message on Facebook Messenger. We're not quite sure why you didn't call in because you seem to have quite the balls on Facebook. So we thought we'd throw it out to you. You got anything you want to add? Because I'd love to blow up this guy's fucking Facebook gimmick right now.
Just call us back anytime, man.
We're here Tuesday night, 6:30. You want to challenge us? You want to throw out insults at our intelligence or our work or anything else? You know, you talk a big game from behind your computer with your little gimmick phone in your hand, but you see, for me, I prefer to have a one-on-one conversation, and the door is open. You have free reign to call us at any time, any place, anywhere on Tuesday nights and do it. But you better bring your A game because we don't fuck around. Just wanted to let you know we're out here.
Suck.
Yeah, and your ideas are stupid. Thank you.
So as we were saying, we try to make equal and biased points on both sides.
And unbiased or biased?
Unbiased. I'm sorry. Equal
Gotcha.
and unbiased points for both sides. And unfortunately, it wasn't happening on that one. So
no,
that was fun. But regardless, I do want people to understand. Like, look, these guys. The problem that we have right now is these refs have been around for a very long fucking time. We need to shake it up. We do need some new refs out there, and we need a new system. We've said this before on the show. God, when we first started talking major about sports, the NBA has it, the MLB has it. It's essentially a satellite network where like 20 to 30 people sit around in this huge thing with 200 fucking TVs. They're not sports fans. They
know the rules.
Right, exactly. They are paid to know the rules, but they are not sports fans. They do not have a fucking favorite team. They just do their fucking jobs. And I'll tell you what, I don't think there's been, I mean, I want to say, hell, even the Major League Baseball games, even with this system, have gotten shorter.
Yeah.
Like shorter. There's really no, 9 times out of 10 before they even have a discrepancy going, these people are like, no.
It's not like back in the day where Billy Martin would run out of the dugout and kick dirt and throw a fit for 10 minutes. They just go to the thing, you know.
Well, that's what I'm saying. 9 times out of 10, these people are already on the phone. No.
Who's your manager up to?
Tell him to stop.
Farrell, wasn't it?
Yeah,
Farrell would just wave his hand. He calls the ump over. Hey, I'm questioning this. They go to the box. They watch the play. They put the headphones on. The guys in New York watch it and go, okay, you see right there on the top
That's
of
what
the
he's
wall,
talking about right there.
That's where it hit. It's a double. Or it went over the wall. It hit the guy in the chest and bounced back in. It's a home run. It's a foul ball. It's whatever. Right. Because we've learned over the years, with all these fantastic replays you get on every sporting event, you're going to miss something. The Jeffrey Mayer catch in 96, Yankees versus Orioles, changed the complexion of that series. It was the ALCS, So had replay been there, we might not be talking about the 96 Yankees. We might be talking about the 96 Orioles as champions. You just don't know.
That would be ugly.
It would be.
I would not like to deal with fucking Orioles fans. They're some of the worst.
Yeah, garbage.
Right up there with Patriots fans and
fuck them. And Saints fans.
Fuck
Fuck
you.
the Saints. Fuck
Cowboys
the Saints.
fans.
Fuck the fucking Saints and fuck the Cowboys.
Fucking-
And fuck the fucking Diaz brothers. Fuck them all.
Didn't we just talk about like not hating the other
Fucking
team a second ago?
Mets fans.
Oh, Mets fans.
Fucking Packers fans.
Mets fans.
Fucking Heat fans.
You know,
Cavalier fans, too. They're fucking terrible.
Fucking Laker fan.
Lakers aren't bad.
Fucking fans.
Oh, you know what?
Fucking fans are terrible.
Lakers aren't bad.
Fucking
Lakers
Cena
just
fans.
don't know how many actual championships they really have.
Mm-hmm.
That's the problem with Lakers fans.
NBA championships. Not ABA, not WBA, not the WBO,
And
not the WWF. NBA championships.
I'm a very strong believer that
You know, no, I'm funny you brought that up. Sorry, I don't mean to cut you up, but that's when I listen to fucking Philly fan and Cleveland fan talk about how many championships. Like, no, motherfucker, we're talking about the modern era, the Super Bowl, the NFL versus the NFC versus the AFC. That World Championship back in the day is as far as because 90% of those teams don't exist anymore.
Yeah, exactly.
Thank you, fuck you, bye. Philadelphia and Cleveland.
you know what's a funny thing is
fuck Cleveland.
I mean, Bills.
Come on, Cleveland rocks.
Dude, Bills get a big fuck you because they've been to 3 Super Bowls and I'm sorry, boy, I love losing Super Bowls.
Yeah, there's 4 Super Bowls they lost
Well, regardless,
in a row.
3 of them. Yeah, I was in 4 in a row. But think
That's
about
a special
that.
sort of suck.
But think about that. They played a different NFC team every time.
Yes, I believe so.
Yeah,
I wanna look that up.
They played a different NFC team.
By the way, I want to go back to
every
your
single
Eli
time.
point just real quick. Anybody out there, listener, not these two guys, the first one to come in with the answer of who has the longest starting streak of any NFL quarterback
Besides Eli,
and where Eli ranks on that list, you got to have both answers. $10 gift card from
Eli's-
Dunkin' Donuts. Shut up. I don't want to say. Okay, thank you.
that's
I got
why.
you.
Yeah.
I'm going to go to the Buffalo Bills. That's why I said besides us. Son of a bitch. This is why we can't have nice things.
That's why I was pissed. I was like, dude, but he took it. He took it. He was like, sure, whatever you want to do.
What's best for the team.
Exactly. You think it's best for the team? I'll sit the fuck down. That works for me. I still think he's going to fucking Jacksonville and he's going to be like, fuck you.
Okay,
I'm going to
here
be
we
with
go.
my old fucking coach.
The 1990 Giants versus Bills.
Well, I knew the Giants because the Giants
Okay.
beat them. Yeah, that was.
Now, see, now I got to hit that fucking thing again. Now I got to know. You motherfuckers. I
No,
just had
okay,
that
so I'll
gimmick
keep
right
it.
in front of me. Go ahead. I'm going to write it
So
down.
okay, regardless, my point being is I'm sure that it was a different NFC team every single year that the Bills lost. But the Bills were that good that they literally made the Super Bowl 4 years in a row. You're AFC champions 4 years in a row, dude. That says something about that team. You know what I'm saying? So granted, yes, you don't have a Super Bowl. So when you do listen to the Patriots fans go, we got 5 and you got 0.
Suck a dick.
Dude, you can't bash 4 Super Bowl appearances in a row. Dude, 2 is a hard feat. 2 is a hard fucking feat. Let's be honest. And winning them is an incredible feat. Back-to-back is nigh impossible. Like, literally, let's fucking break this shit down. So, when you do that shit, you do deserve some praise. Absolutely.
Okay, you were wrong.
Winner.
You were slightly wrong.
Okay, so it was 2?
They did repeat.
Oh,
in
Dallas.
93 and
You're right.
94,
You're
Dallas.
right. Dallas. Duh. Yes. Duh.
And think of this. Think of this for a minute. One game was 1 point. That was against the Giants. When they lost to the Redskins, it was
wide left. It was a field goal that they missed.
It was by 13. It gets progressively worse. When they faced the Cowboys the first time, it was 52-17, and then it was 30-13. Now, going back to your point about the 5 rings, I just want to bring this up. Does anybody here at this table know the last 2? It's been done twice. The last 2 repeat champions in the NFL back-to-back.
Well, Broncos is one.
Broncos is one.
Patriots, obviously.
Patriots are the other. Those are the last 2. So it's great to talk about your rings. And
that's what I'm saying. It's nigh impossible. So when you do it, fuck yeah, we're giving it to you. We're giving you your props.
That's a plus.
But don't
when
be
you do it in
sitting
2004, 2005, in 2017, it's a fucking moot point.
Yeah, exactly. And my thing is, don't sit there and bash a team just because they haven't made it. Like seriously, 4 in a row. Like that's
beating the piss out of everybody, including you, Patriot fan. Out of everybody in the AFC for 4
straight years. 4 straight years. You're like, fuck you, dude.
I'm sure that Thurman Thomas wishes he had a Super Bowl. But I guarantee you that Thurman Thomas or Jim Kelly sits back and go, you know what? We own that shit for 4 straight years.
And not to mention, I mean, the year before that and the year after that, even though they didn't go, they were still making pretty heavy contingents, you know? I mean, they were, for a while, the Bills, I would say the Bills were pretty solid for about 10 years. They were solid for 10 years. Unfortunately, it just never took them anywhere, you know what I'm saying? Now, you have teams like the Eagles and who's the other team that they were doing really, or the fucking Rams. Yeah. The Rams. They're getting fucking mouthy.
They're getting hot again.
Like mouthy. But their fans are getting mouthy. You know what I'm saying? Like do you even see, like, this is what I love about Minnesota. Do you really see any like big hot-headed bullshit really going on from Minnesota right now? You don't see a whole lot of
No, actually I don't. I was just fucking with you.
Yeah, but you don't see a whole lot of people like, yeah, we told you we coming. We told you.
One guy. One guy.
Yeah, I know one.
And I'm going to blow you up. And I don't know if you're ever going to watch this. I'm going to tell you about it when I see you next, Joey Bag of Donuts. And that's your name, Joey Bag of Donuts. My man had the nerve. He's so confident in his team and his knowledge of football. He's, I'm going to bet you $5 on the Buccaneers-Falcons game. I'm like, that'll be the easiest $5 I ever make. Boom sauce. Can't wait to get my fucking McPick 2 on Wednesday.
There you go, baby.
Joey Bag of Donuts, blown up.
Thank you, buddy. Thank you.
Yeah, thanks for the McPick 2. I'm going to enjoy my 2 Big Macs, or I'm not getting that.
Oh,
fish
$5?
sandwich.
Fuck
Yeah,
no, dude. You get the 10-piece nugget and a fucking Big Mac.
That's a good call. Yeah. Somebody else said I should do that too.
That's the way to go,
Connor
baby.
Promotion says, Merry Christmas. Connor Promotions, you need to contact me in the next 3 to 5. Got a great idea, and hopefully we can all get on board.
So,
just not now. We're busy.
No, but it's like I was saying, you know, you don't see a whole lot of that. Rams fans are just, they're fucking mouthy as shit, dude. All over fucking Facebook.
Which is weird, because last year they weren't shit.
No, that's what I'm saying. Like, you guys here, Humble Pie, like, take a slice of it, because we handed you all your asses. I don't give a fuck if you beat the fucking Seattle fucking Sea Chickens 45-7. All right? I don't think that they're fucking, I don't think they're going anywhere. I mean,
that's the beauty of being me, is that I won't talk shit unless our teams play. And to hear some people jump all over me.
And even then, you know what I'm saying? You know how mild it was? We're over here fucking enjoying the game, fucking drinking beers.
Yeah, having a good time.
I had to leave to go drop my fucking kid off.
Saturday, we had a great time.
Yeah, I was so fucking bummed.
You know, but if Michigan dropped a game to, say, Southern Illinois, I'm not going to be like, ha, look at that. that, Michigan, you fucking pansy cut. No, absolutely not. And if the Saints lose, I'm not going to blow them up. And if the Patriots lose, well, if I want to stay in the same room with the missus, I'm just going to shut up and go, that was a really tough loss you suffered right there.
Oh, I will. I'll tell you what, I will to certain people. To certain people
Right.
that...
Dallas fan. Every fucking day, Dallas fan.
Having been one of the fortunate ones to see that 86 Super Bowl against the Bears,
That was a great game.
you learn to be humble.
I was going to
Yeah.
say... See,
'Cause
so
even-
when I do say Patriots fans, I do realize because I was there. I watched my dad fucking break down. I have never seen a grown man do what my old man did that day. And it sucked, dude.
And I don't know if you remember, there was scandal then.
Yes.
There was
Yeah.
scandal then,
Yes.
like steroids. They caught some of the players taking steroids. and shit.
And after the fact, there was a lot of cocaine talk on both sides.
Well, I don't have a problem with that, but
But I mean, no,
I
seriously,
encourage
dude.
all players to get coked up.
I don't know if you
got.
guys, remember that. That was huge. Like
was.
New England was, we were on like the whole state was.
Well, there were
like
two-
we shut down fucking businesses
There were
because
two
the
big
Patriots went to the
reasons for that.
Super
One
Bowl,
is
man.
that the Patriots done come up. And the second one was that the team that kept stepping on them, much like Yankees Red Sox, the team that kept fucking them over year after year after year was the one that they beat in the AFC Championship, which was Miami Dolphins that year.
Yep.
And Dan Marino, having come off the Super Bowl the year before, everybody thought this is it. Miami's going all the way, etc. No, the New England Patriots made Miami pay that year.
Yeah. No, absolutely.
Was it 34-13, 31-13?
Yeah.
Cripes. They even made a song about it on the radio. It was a beat on the Bears.
Yeah.
In response to the Super Bowl shuffle.
So, like,
New England
trust
was
me.
on
No,
fire.
bury the Bears.
Was it Bear? I'll have to look it
Bury the
up. Oh,
Bears.
because Raymond Berry was the...
yes.
I remember that now.
See, trust me, it's not always easy being a Patriots fan because even when things
here it comes.
No, this is serious. You'll probably agree with me.
I'm just
I was a
fucking-
Even when
Patriots
things-
fan back then.
when
I
things
remember.
go good, sometimes there's always some kind of shitty fucking scandal that totally delegitimizes it. It happens all the time. So that they go against the Bears and then that shit comes out. Fucking A. So it's like they got there and then they're immediately knocked down to the bottom because some shit happened. Deflategate happened, same shit.
But you know
it
what?
took 2 years for people to stop
say-
talking about
to,
it.
Yeah.
To say this, and I say this about the Patriots because not only are they the reigning and defending champions, but they've been on top for so long. When you're on top for so long, people look for reasons to hate you. Whether you're the Patriots, the Yankees, the Celtics, no matter who you are. The hot hockey team for a long time was Chicago Blackhawks and
Oh,
New
my
York Rangers.
God.
They looked for reasons to
Fucking
hate these teams.
Rangers. Yeah, but the Rangers were dirty.
They played it, but within the
were
rules.
dirty.
They were dirty, but they played it within the rules.
Yeah.
Brian Leach will forever be one of my favorite hockey players. That man was a goon. He would hit his mother if it meant
Who
the
was their
Rangers
Who was
won.
their center?
Mark Messier.
Yes, Messier, motherfucker. Oh my God, that dude
That
was
big
good.
bald bastard. I'll never
was
forget him
good,
holding
though.
that cup and
Yeah.
shaking it. And half of me is going, you know what? If anybody deserves it, he
You
does.
fucking deserve it, but you son of a bitch. I
Yeah,
hate your
exactly.
face.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I want to take it back to wrestling real quick. Ed's going to cue up a video in just a moment. You guys are all familiar with Enzo Amore from Enzo and Cass. Now he's all by himself doing the 205 live bit. You guys know who he is. He reminds
Yes.
me of Dave McConnell with a bad haircut.
Yes.
Okay. So Enzo Amore put up a YouTube video earlier, and I want you guys to watch this and tell me what you think. So,
So listen,
whenever you're ready.
I got issues with the state of Delaware. All right, I've been a busy guy lately. Been Abu Dhabi, been India, and my phone has been ringing off the damn hook. And I've been hitting the FU button on the side of it, sending them things straight to voicemail, as I know who it is. It's the state of Delaware, and I know what they want. They want me to come in and get a new signature on my license because my current signature is unacceptable. Got to get a new picture, the whole nine. So I'm walking in there with a great hairstyle and a great attitude because I represent myself in court, in life, and in the DMV. And I always win because I'm the realest champ in a room. And there ain't no way the state of Delaware is going to tell me how to sign my own license. I've been signing this signature since grade school. Looks like an EA to me, Delaware. What do you think, huh? Huh? You got a problem, Delaware? Yep.
Now, if you guys can see that signature,
Loki's still looking. He hasn't seen it
He
yet.
hasn't
So
seen the signature. Exactly. It looks like an EA. What are they talking about? Okay. There's a lot of rumor and innuendo flying around that Enzo Amore is not exactly the most liked guy in the locker room at WWE, but that's just okay. Pun fully
he's
intended.
a method actor. Come
Right.
on.
Yes.
Pun
Yes.
fully intended.
Yes.
That's a dick move.
No.
It really is. I could not believe it when I watched that. And the minute everybody got here, I'm like, Ed, you have to cue up this video. I mean, what do you say about something like that? That's a legal document. Do you think he signs his checks like that?
Here's the thing. Here's the thing with the signature. It doesn't matter if it's technically correct. It's just supposed to be unique.
Mm-hmm. Well, that's certainly unique, isn't it? A dick and balls.
So as long as he signs everything like that, that is his signature. Signature is not. That's why it doesn't say name. It's signature.
Right. Because I know there are people that I know that their signature doesn't look like anything that looks like their name, but it's consistent.
Right.
You know?
Yeah.
I mean, if it says signature, he can put whatever. It says sign your name.
Right.
That's different.
Kind of crazy. Just I could not believe that when I watched that video that he had the audacity on a license is a legal document to sign it with a dick and balls. Sir, you're laughing, but seriously.
I see the E and A. I don't know what you're talking about.
Well, if you're
Jabroni sees a dick and balls.
I think everybody who watched that video saw a dick and balls, except for you who saw the EA. But I get it. You know, it's kind of like if you had a CD for a name, you could make it look like a vajayjay right there.
Yeah.
You could.
Yeah,
Am I saying it's right? I think it's funny as fuck that he did that.
Why are they making him come back, though, as long as he signs everything like that?
I'd like to see him come back, get the picture taken, and do the same exact thing.
I'm assuming that's not his legal name.
Enzo Amore?
So-
No idea. I'm going to the Google machine.
Does he own the name, or is it WWE own the name?
That's a good question.
Some of the stars from the 80s ran into that shit.
Right. Enzo Amore. Here we go. Okay. Eric Anthony Arndt is his real name. So EA.
yeah.
EA. But
Yeah.
Enzo Amore.
because he does cover up his personal information. If you
Yeah,
look at it.
yeah.
So he doesn't. Obviously, it's not his real name.
Right.
And according to this, he has always gone by Enzo Amore. So he might have the rights to the name.
Well then.
Good call. Good
But-
call by you.
But that being said, why is it a big deal?
I just thought it was funny as hell.
It
I
is
wanted to-
funny. But here's the he could be blowing smoke up at everybody's ass, and the DMV's not even asking him to come back. But
Right.
It could be. Yeah,
You know,
I was going to say it
and
could be just for
because
to get-
that clearly that's his character.
Or
Like,
you
you hear
just-
him talk, that's his character.
Or he's just one of those guys that no matter what, he's going to be a prick.
Right.
Either way.
He's like, because you hear him, he's like, I'll go in there, awesome hair, awesome face,
Yeah.
awesome cock,
I'm looking good. I always win. I'm the realest champ in the room.
awesome dick signature. You know.
Didn't you just say that it wasn't a dick?
Oh no, it's not a dick. It's an E&A.
Gotcha. Just wanted to make sure you were still full of shit.
All right, it's a dick.
All right. Has anybody got anything else on this fantastic sporting event?
What are your opinions on the dick signature?
Well, did you think that was a catch? Going back to that catch, did you feel like that
I
was
actually
a catch? watching
did.
it?
And again, I bring up Julio Jones because Julio Jones has made catches like that. Some of them real touchdowns, some of them just for positive yardage.
Yeah.
And it never looks like, when you look at it, and as long as your hands are around it, you
Right.
reasonable control is what I've always been led to believe. So it's like carrying shots back from the bar. If you're carrying it like this and all the alcohol is spilling out, you don't have reasonable control. If you carry your shot back and a little bit spills out,
Right.
but you have 99.9% of it still in the glass, you are in reasonable control of this shot
Do you
glass.
think anyone sends Michael J. Fox to get shots?
No, they send them for milkshakes. You're welcome.
Did you
Did you really invoke the name of Michael J. Fox right there?
Did you see? You know how they do the Rock with the fuck from the fuck? What is that? The mountain movie, the Disney mountain movie where he's
Escape from which mountain?
yeah. So they always do that meme where he's sitting there doing that, and they show their kids, and it's always some kind of thing, and at the end he does that stupid face. Did you see the one with fucking Michael J. Fox?
No.
And the whole thing is shaking, and he's like, will you just stop? This is getting out of hand. And she's like, but I'm not doing it. And he's like, you need to stop shaking this car now. I'm not doing it. He is. And it just has a picture of like Michael J. Fox.
That's bad. Hello, Bill Glennie. Hello, Barbara Jean.
It was bad. It was bad.
It was
great.
bad.
But it was great.
In the end, again, I'm not an NFL official. I'm not going to be somebody who says that, Pittsburgh got hosed or this or that.
Then what did we hire you for?
My good looks and my talent. It looked like a catch. But
I
have to go.
I thought it was a catch, and even up until I literally came home and sat there and watched the video. And it's funny because if Homeboy would have fucking picked up the phone, I was going to tell him he was right. He's right.
You did the due diligence. You weren't.
I did the homework.
Prick.
Right, exactly. I did the homework. I looked at it. Yes, it was not a catch. By a catch standard, that was not a catch.
Now,
and
in the
I agree.
last 2 days, I did my due diligence, and I put it up against Julio Jones. And watched those where Julio gets that same call for a touchdown or positive yardage. And that's where we say you can't be discriminate in these replays. They say it's going up to the booth, which we probably know is one guy sitting in a booth at any given NFL stadium working for the league and looking at these replays. They were in Pittsburgh, so they could have easily given that call to Jesse James, but they didn't. That guy made the correct call. Again, I'm not disputing it. You are right. They made the right call. But if they send that to New York with that knowledge of reasonable control, I didn't see him fumbling with it. I saw a little bit of, space between the hands, but he had reasonable control. That ball went from point A to point B in his hands and broke the plane. Anywhere else, that's touchdown. But like you said, you got to take those steps and establish yourself.
Well, that's the thing is if people are running and that ball breaks the plane, it doesn't matter where it is.
Right.
They've already established themselves.
Right.
They've already established themselves as a runner. The problem with this was Jesse James was unable to establish himself as a runner.
He went immediately to his knees.
So now he only becomes a catcher. Now, if you read what a caught ball is, he did not catch the ball.
Bill just came in. It was a catch, but not by the NFL standard. The rule is broken, but it was the right call. And yes, he is a Pats fan.
Right.
But we're agreeing with you, Bill. We have to get that out of the way now. We're agreeing.
Right. You see that all in fast motion? Absolutely. I don't believe it. I think it's a catch. Actually, even watching the replay, I still thought it was a catch.
Correct.
It wasn't until I slowed down, I literally breathed for a second, I looked at everything, and I watched it and watched it and watched it, and then read the rule of a catch and said, no, they're right. They are
Correct.
right. That was not a catch.
My biggest problem with it is the indiscriminate enforcement of the rule, because if it's okay for Julio Jones or if it's okay for Odell Beckham, it has to be okay for Jesse James. Seriously. It has to be okay.
Yeah, exactly. It's just like,
Kenny Parks joining us. Thank you. Beans is here. Thank you.
If you're going to turn around and, make one rule for one thing, it's got to apply for everything.
How many? Now, I throw that back. Now, if we take those 3 touchdowns I was telling you about with Julio Jones doing the same thing, that changes the complexion of some of those games. It turns a win into a loss.
Yes.
So we have to. The NFL has to be a little more consistent.
Well, not only that. These are teams that are in 1 and 2.
Oh, yeah. I mean, you got to remember that they're fighting for the number 1 seed.
Right.
In their conference.
Right, and that alone. I mean, that's a difference between being number 1 and being a wild card.
Hello, Stacy.
You know what I'm saying? Because
thing 1.
Now you're fighting. If they would have won that, now they're sitting pretty at number 1.
If they come down to the last game of the year and they ended up dead foot tie, the Patriots get the tiebreaker.
Right.
Because of the win this past week.
And that's home field advantage because, like I said, they're seed 1 and seed 2.
NFL has to be more consistent with the calls, like we've said before, and we're going to repeat it again. For those of you who've been with us the whole time, great. They should have, like the MLB has, that office in New York with non-sports fans, but they know the rules. They know what they're looking for. Not just some indiscriminate guy in a booth watching a replay going, oh, well, according to the rule, that's not a catch. You have to take other things into consideration. Am I saying that the call would have been different? No, probably not, based on the criteria of the rule. I'm just saying, if you call it on Jesse James, you have to call it on OBJ, you have to call it on Julio, you have to call it on everybody.
Yes, I agree. It's got to be across the board, and it's got to be clearly stated the same thing. And I think
Bill obviously joined us late. He said, "Don't forget, Pittsburgh butchered the next two plays."
That's what I said.
You did earlier on,
Right.
About say 35, 40 minutes ago.
Right, exactly. When we were really breaking this down, that play didn't end the game. They ended the game.
25 seconds and 2 more downs to go.
Yeah, exactly. They, as a matter of fact, just like I said, they had a chance to tie.
Kick the ball, tie the
they had
game,
a chance
go
to
to
tie the
OT.
fucking game. Like, you just got pissed off because you thought you had a touchdown.
Right.
And it got pulled away. So instead of just being like, all right, guys, look, shit happens. Let's do this.
What's the coach
and let's
of
put it in
Pittsburgh?
there.
Mike Tomlin.
Yeah, but
how much of that play calling was Mike Tomlin just wanting to stick the dagger in?
I was going to say, Mike Tomlin is a very passionate coach. And the thing about
May God have
being,
mercy on your soul, Bill.
The thing about being a passionate coach is you live and die by that passion. And yes,
But
you can
sometimes your brains have to overtake your heart and say, you know what? We can kick this ball, hopefully win the toss, get the touchdown, get it out of the way.
It's not going to be with him. It's not going to be with him. I guarantee. That's just that's the way he plays. And let it be the Patriots. You're right. There's a little bit more.
Belichick would have been like, what?
There's
we're
a little
try
bit
one more play,
behind
and we're
that.
going to kick it.
No, absolutely.
Belichick's a fucking genius, and we've said it on this show for 3 years. Belichick's the damn genius.
That's what I like about my coach Zimmer. He tells
Zimmer's amazing.
Says these motherfuckers, yo, calm the fuck down. Let's get this done.
I know you were probably sleeping in the fourth quarter of Monday night game against the Falcons-Bucks. Not only was Dan Quinn getting hot, at one point they're getting into formation, the Falcons are driving, and nobody's getting set right. And Collinsworth is doing his usual babble because he's a fucking idiot.
Because that's all he does
and
is babble.
You hear, clear as a bell on the microphone, Matt Ryan yell, "Get in fucking line!" And everybody just, and they spin out, and they're there. And it's been all over the boards like, wow, Matty Ice is showing some fire. Like, he always shows fire. He's just not mic'd as hot as he was.
Right, exactly.
Get in fucking line! He was amazing. Thank you, Matty Ice, for a great win. Actually, it was more Devontae Freeman, but props to John Gruden, by the way, for being put into the Tampa Bay Buccaneers Ring of Honor. What a fantastic guy. I love his coaching style. I love his commentary. It makes Monday nights enjoyable because Sean McDonough is a cunt. And he was shitty as a Red Sox announcer. He was shitty as a Celtics announcer. And now he's shitty as a football announcer. But John Gruden makes those broadcasts acceptable.
Yes.
Love it.
I do. I agree. He's definitely fucking... He's a welcome addition.
You know, and
he's a very welcome addition.
And we talked about it a couple weeks ago, and he was doing the Pittsburgh game. What Tony Romo
really
love broke
Tony.
down that play, and he's like, "Nope, look right there. They're going to call this back. No, let's go to this angle.
I
nope,
like
look
what
at
he
that.
brings. I agree.
Oh my god,
I agree. He was he was something else on the football field. Like, you could tell that he got the game. The problem
he
was
just couldn't execute.
I think he just bad luck because he could execute because he had incredible games.
Mm-hmm.
But then he just have like, how do you go from the game you just had last week to this week? You know what I'm saying? Like, he gets it. I just don't think.
You know, look at a guy like Brady. For like, if you take a 16-game season, he has 14 great games and 2 that you go, well, not great.
Against the fucking Dolphins.
Matt Ryan, same thing. He can have a bunch of great games. It's the ones that he sucks at that they focus on.
And they turn around. Right, exactly.
He's not Jameis Winston. He's not bad. You know, he's just really, I don't know how you put it. I really don't know how you put it. But
right.
There's guys that are consistently good, and Tony Romo was never consistently good. 3-game stretch, good. 3-game stretch, bad. If you're a 50-50 quarterback, you're better off in the booth. Collinsworth was a receiver who only had 2 good seasons, and now he's a shitty announcer. A terribly shitty announcer.
A horrible.
It's days like this that I miss. What the hell was his name? I can hear him now. Before Collinsworth, there was another guy. Cripes, if I can't remember his name. It'll come to me, or one of the peanut gallery will put it in. He was an ex-football player. He would talk like everything was about him. It reminds me of JBL doing a wrestling match. Well, when me and Ron were out there, nobody gives a shit. You and Ron are fucking retired. But the announcer, I can say, Michael Irvin. Michael Irvin did some broadcasting before they threw him in the studio with JB and Terry Bradshaw and all that. To hear Michael Irvin announce a game was like everything was about him. So like
I know.
Romo and
I know.
Romo and Aiken, I give a lot of credit to. They go out there and they talk about the game. You never hear Troy Aikman.
Sims did that too.
Sims did for a while, then they cut him off.
Yeah, exactly. I think he was too intelligent for him. That was the problem.
Troy Aikman will once in a while slip something in. I had the luxury of having Michael Irvin to catch this ball. But you see what they did here. He's not every other play going,
right.
Back in my day, fuck you, Collinsworth, and fuck you, Michael Irvin.
Right.
All right, so what are you doing over there? Are you casting a spell of invincibility or something?
No spells of this one.
Okay.
I know, right? They're all basics.
Oh, I think we've beaten the sport horse.
I think we're about ready.
Yeah, I think
ready
the
for
bean
that.
footage is ready to go. How's everybody liking the
It's
the
tasty,
Blueberry?
man. The
This one is the house lager.
lager.
You still got the Calyptra.
I finished this one. Not too terrible.
Okay.
Why would a house lager have
Not-
IBUs though?
Not easy to drink.
That's a good question. You'll have to ask Jim Lollimer when he comes back in a couple weeks.
This is
You know
not.
what I'm saying?
This is not very easy to drink, to be honest.
Because
It's
isn't
not bad, but it's heavy.
IBU based on it's for IPAs, right?
A lot of the IPAs are based on the IBU, International Bittering Unit.
Yeah, exactly. So I mean, yeah, you're like, first of all, it says golden lager, so I'm not thinking bitter at all.
No.
As a matter of fact, it better not be bitter because it's
not
fucking
very
golden.
bitter,
Yeah,
yeah.
exactly. That's what, so why you even put an IBU on this at all?
We got one more beer to try. Look, we've been really economical with the beer this week. Are you fucking crazy? I mean, we've been so
sports,
enraptured in the
It's
sports, man.
That's why it's sports.
Wow.
Every time.
There's going to be plenty of beer left
Every
in this
time.
fridge for next week. And next week, we're going to have a small guest. She'll be over there playing with her gimmick tablet or something. The midget jabroni will be here to see her husband. You better have a good Christmas gift for her.
Actually, it was funny because if the guy didn't have a thing, I was going to let you just keep the small and give it to her. But
Really?
yeah, he actually had an actual.
Oh yeah,
so.
guys! If you tuned in last week, Loki was supposed to have a birthday gimmick. I'm not hot about it, but instead of an XL, they delivered a small.
That was my fault.
Was it?
It was my fault because, like I said, I was sitting there ordering it. I
I'm
thought
just checking to see if I'm a small.
I thought when I hit the XL, I thought when I picked size, but I didn't because the problem was when I went back to order it, I just went straight down and boom, ordered it, and it was all set to go.
Okay.
Then when it was actually, hey, your order's shipped, and I literally looked and I was like, oh, it did ship. S. What does S mean? S means special, right? It means it's going to get here
Shitty.
speed like. And then when I fucking messaged the guy, he's
Well,
like,
I'm not going to say it better not suck because I know you do. Good.
No.
We always do.
No,
good
but it
things.
did. It hurt my soul to buy, and I think it's fantastic. Number one,
That means a
because-
lot. If it hurt your soul, it means it's
No,
going to be really fucking
and
good.
and like I said, I just as soon as you open it, I think you're really going to be boom about it.
Well, keep in
so.
mind that on Christmas Eve, I am your Secret Santa, and you are going to enjoy it. One of the things will be seasonal.
You'll probably get it.
That'd be cool.
You'll probably because I think they'll be.
One of
here
your
like
gifts is a
couple days.
seasonal item. You'll only be able to use it this time of year because I used my $20 wisely.
I was going to say that's
I
quite,
hooked you up nice.
It's pretty funny because I was actually thinking about getting a Minnesota Viking LED flashing Christmas hat, and I was thinking that. I don't want to drop $34
something you're gonna wear
on
once a year.
something I'm really going to wear.
Dude, when you,
It's what I was saying before. There's no money left for XFL.
that's what I'm saying. Well, seriously, when you'll get the gift assist, and somebody will say, "Oh, there was a $20 limit." I'll whip out receipts, motherfucker. I'll be like, "This one was X and this one was Y," and if you add them up, bada bing. 1997, motherfucker. I kept the 3 pennies. I might throw the 3 pennies into your
was
bag
gonna say
just so I can meet it.
Mine for Amy, I did good too. Mine was 19 and change.
Might be listening.
Yeah.
Yeah,
they
no,
don't-
I'm not saying what it is, but I'm saying mine was like 19 and change, but it definitely does not look like a $19 gift,
Good deal.
right?
All
right,
right.
you saw it.
With 3 settings, too. That's kind of weird.
I know.
Fast, extra fast, and oh my God. Oh my God, Ed's not home. All right, so I'm going to reach for the fridge, and this week is my friend Loki's week. So, as always, I will say those fantastic words. The
Oh,
most
yeah.
famous words in podcasting. Ed, roll that beautiful bean footage. That's what I like. Wicked happy. Wicked happy. So before top 10, we'll introduce you to The latest from Jack's Abbey of our little mix pack is Hoponius Union IPL. 65 IBUs, 6.5 alcohol by volume. I have had this before. It's a fantastic favorite of mine. But this mix pack was too good to pass up. Jack's Abbey Variety Pack. Find it where better beers are sold.
Or like we said, say Jack Sabby.
Jack Sabby.
Jack Sabby.
That might be his real name. He just fucked it up
Sabby,
and named Jack's Abbey.
Sabby, eh?
Or maybe he's got a chick in his basement that he's been
Taste your
keeping for
gin
20
and
years named Abbey.
tonica and smoke
Your
your
marijuana. I just sang that not too long ago. So, sir, what do you have for us this
All
week?
right. So, in case y'all didn't know, Chris recently just celebrated his birthday at Tokyo Sushi.
30 years old. I can't believe it.
And, well, there was some people out there that got a little bit more drunk than the birthday boy.
Oh, many of them got more drunk than the birthday boy. Dude, and full disclosure, man, thank you for everybody. Ed, take your beer real quick. You can try it after the fact, or I'll drink it. Fuck it.
You can have that one.
Thank you.
This one is like killing me.
Okay.
Killing me softly with only the 15
It got
BDUs.
to a point where in past years, I would leave my birthday so sloppy that I don't remember leaving, and I left gifts behind, and Mike would call me the next day and say, dude, you left, like, your fucking pants on the bar. I left, what? Oh, shit, I'm not wearing any pants. When I got to feeling that my next drink could be my last, I was like, I looked at Andrew like, we gotta go. We gotta go now. Because I was feeling it. Those shots were coming in hot. The beers were coming in hot, thanks to everybody who helped and came down and celebrated. And
to those of you that said you're going to come up and you didn't, shame on you.
Kiss a dick.
Sorry.
And for,
No, you messaged saying you weren't going to make
just
it.
for our own fun and shits and giggles.
We're talking about people say that they were going to make it and didn't even message saying, hey, sorry,
Yeah.
shit happened. There was
Not
people
even
that
thank
said,
you,
hey,
fuck
we're
you,
going to
bye.
make it, but sorry, we can't make it. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
There's a difference between saying you can make it and then at least taking the time to write to somebody and being like, hey, dude, I know it's not your birthday, but I mean, I can't get out there. Sorry.
Right. Or just send thank you, fuck you, bye. But
well, you don't have to put the fuck you in there.
we
but
serving white gummy bears.
we did. We had white
We had
gummy
white
bears.
gummy bears. Have you ever tried one of those? Next time you come out, you're having white gummy bears.
What's it made out of?
Who gives a shit? It's tasty as fuck.
I do.
It tastes
All
like
right,
a white
so
gummy
there
bear.
were people that got drunker than me. That was your opening line.
And I want to say at least 70% of those drunker than you were of the female variety. So, women, here are some signs that you need to know that you might be a little too drunk and you need to go home.
This ought to be good.
Number 10, you started to sound like Jesse Ventura from the 60 cigarettes you've been fucking smoking.
Give me a break, McMahon.
Number 9, the man you're flirting with used to be your 5th grade teacher. It's true. We all saw you doing it, and I think that actually happened on Saturday, too.
Wow.
Number 8, you found a deeper side to the office nerd. Ooh. You love him. You want to... Yeah, Ed loves it. Ed loves when people get to that point.
Yeah, why did I miss it?
Number 7, there are less than 3 hours before you're due to start work. That's me, actually.
Yeah.
But, no, there's...
You weren't that shitty, though.
No, I wasn't. I was good. But I'm saying there was a lot of people that were...
Oh, you had to go to work that night?
Oh, yeah. Yeah,
Oh,
the
that
next day.
sucks.
All right, I was all over it. Number 6, you start crying. God, you know how many people fucking... How many... You know exactly what I'm talking about. They start fucking bawling. They start fucking... Their faces start coming off. You know, it's just... It's sad. Number 5, you drop your 3 a.m. burger on the floor, pick it up, and carry on like nothing happened.
Boom sauce.
Except you're at the Chinese restaurant, and it was your General Tso's, and I saw it, okay? I fucking saw it. It was right on the floor. Bounce, bounce, and you picked it up with your fingers and ate it. You nasty trash pig. Number 4, you mistake a police car for the cab, shout up Trinity's when it doesn't stop for you.
Nice.
Yeah, you did that one too. Don't think I didn't see that one.
Nice.
These are true. These are true,
All of them.
by the way.
All of them fucking true.
Especially this one. Number 3, you've been flashing your boobs at passerbyers. That was
Just like random folks. Just like
just random
here's some
folks.
titties.
Here you go.
Nice.
Number 2, you just had someone help pull your pants up in the ladies' room, and it wasn't a lady.
Oh. Well, wait a
Dude
minute,
looks like a lady.
right? We can't discriminate on genders now. Come on, there's like only 37 of them.
Hey, come on. Number 1, You have absolutely no clue if it's beef or chicken.
Chicken, bitch! It's fucking chicken! That'll gonna pop out of like 3 people, but that's fantastic.
I don't care.
Did anybody catch the video that
care.
Lady J put up as they're bringing the cake in and Lauren screams from the bar, hashtag it's chicken, bitch! Fucking love it. That's got to be a shirt at some point. It's got to be a shirt.
Yeah, so I don't think the people that were more drunk than you watched the show, unfortunately, because that top 10 list was for you.
Oh, thank you. Thank you very much.
No, not for you.
For them.
That was for them.
I just say thank you very much for a great evening.
Literally, I'm not joking, about 7 of those were true.
Mm-hmm.
Those were things that I physically watched and I witnessed, and I put them on my phone that night as I was watching because I was going to make a fucking...
Number 1 is every fucking week.
Yeah, no, I know. That was just I had to put that in there
Hashtag
because of what she said.
Chicken
that was it. But I mean, no, literally, there was boobies flying. There was people flirting with like 90-year-old guys that, and if they're 40, like that's your.
I don't know
grade.
who the
come
dude
on.
was, but he was like this really proper, rigged up.
Oh, you're talking about fucking Fish.
Is that his
Fish?
name?
Yeah, Ryan Fish.
If that's your
Just
name,
called him Fish.
Fish. Okay.
Just called him Fish. Yeah. Talking about
really
the guy that was singing the
proper
fucking
Christian gimmick.
Yeah.
He comes over to me. I'm at the bar, and I'm already like 3 out of 6 sheets. And that's when I knew it was almost time to go. I was like, dude, I've never said this to anybody before, but you're a really good singer. And I'm thinking to myself, either he's drunk or I'm drunk listening to this guy because I'm not a good singer. I could give a fuck what you think of my singing. I'm out there to have fun. He's like,
let me
man.
correct you on that because I've been doing this for quite some time.
Yeah.
You are actually a good singer.
Well, thank you.
You are a good
Checks
singer.
in the mail.
No. You are a good singer.
We'll be here tomorrow.
You're not obviously voice material.
No, I never will be.
And I do have some singers that are voice material that do show up. Believe me. Fish was rather drunk. And Fish,
well, that makes me feel better.
And Fish, and Fish was picking some pretty fucking crazy songs, if you remember.
Yeah. There's out there, and then there's way the fuck out.
Right, and that was Fish. That was one of them. I actually almost made the top 10 list on Fish alone, but I only got to about 7 after watching him. So I decided to go with the women one because that was a little bit more fun.
Fair.
And literally, like watching. I know. I said a 3 a.m. cheeseburger, but it was
1:55.
It was a 1 a.m. General Tso's piece of chicken that literally rolled off the table, bounced, boink, boink, and she bent over and picked that thing up and went right in the fucking mouth.
Anybody
dude.
I know?
No. That's what I'm saying.
Can
I don't
you say hepatitis?
But wait a minute. Was it chicken or was it beef? Somebody's got to forward this to Lauren at some point. This fucking episode. I'll give you the timestamp now. You just tell her. You go ahead.
If she's not watching, you don't need her because she's not a good friend.
She's probably working right now.
I
You
like
point her
it.
to an hour and 50 minutes. My broadcast was interrupted.
Anybody gets that? Anybody gets that reference?
I already know where it comes from. I didn't get any. My broadcast was interrupted, so I can't tell if any of you guys answered correctly. I'll watch it back. If anybody answered my question correctly, $10 Dunkin' Donuts gift card goes to you.
Ooh.
How about a Dunkin' Donuts brew?
Oh, and what about that thing we were tagged before we
no.
cut it out? I was going to say, yeah. What about the thing we were just tagged on?
No.
The fucking Dunkin' Donuts beer brew.
No.
Brew
No.
made out of coffee. But no, hold on. Pick up that Smoke and Dagger
Yeah.
and read what the Smoke and Dagger has in it.
Okay. It's a complex black lager boasting flavors characteristics of bittersweet chocolate, freshly ground coffee, and a subtle smoke character derived from the Beechwood smoked malt.
Well, nobody's denying there's coffee stouts, coffee brews, whatever. But
Correct.
is they're just
Well,
going to
that's what I'm saying.
slap a Dunkin' Donuts label on it?
How could, but how
And
could
probably cheapen it.
See, thank you. And this is where I have a problem with my daughter and my stepdaughter. You go to Dunkin' Donuts on any given day, you can get a large.
Let me get a beer.
No, well, that would be great. I'd love the kids to ask for a beer, but you can get a large iced coffee for like $3-4. I don't know. I don't buy.
Ridiculous.
I don't drink coffee. So.
Fair enough. You go to Stop and Shop, and they have the iced coffee gimmick bottles right there, about the size of a regular Coke, 16 ounces.
Yeah.
Which I think the large coffee is like 17 gallons, give or take. I might be wrong by 16 gallons, but regardless, $4 for that little single-size bottle of iced coffee that is
Yeah.
pre-made, probably hopped up with...
Watered down.
Oh, shit.
You know, there's not, because you got to put preservatives in there because you can't put real fucking cream or milk in that shit because
Nope,
it's going to fucking
it'll curdle.
spoil. Yeah, exactly.
You know, Dunkin' Donuts doesn't even really want to sell donuts. It's the coffee that they make all the money.
Yeah, exactly.
Because it's all profit.
Yeah.
It's such low
Coffee
overhead.
is all fucking profit. I mean, you really think about that. No,
stop.
think about that.
You can't do that because when Boston Chicken became Boston Market, chicken was like taken off, and it was all meatloaf and bullshit. And
It's not chicken.
Oh, their meatloaf
sometimes
is good,
the
though.
meatloaf is banging.
Their meatloaf
I ain't
is
gonna lie.
good, man.
But it used to be like all sorts of
You are
different
right, though.
varieties of chicken.
Yeah.
Then it became Boston Market, one kind of chicken. Don't take the donuts out of Dunkin' Donuts. I'm not a coffee drinker, so you know what I go in?
they're not
I go
going
into
to.
Dunkin' to get a sandwich or a donut.
No, he's just saying they
They're
don't
not
make the
going to,
money.
just-
they don't make as much money.
They could care less if they sell
Fuck.
100 donuts versus 100 cups of coffee.
Wicked
'Cause
hard.
100 cups of coffee is pure
But I'll tell you
profit.
what. I'll tell you
Because their
what.
donuts are
Right.
relatively cheap if you really look at it.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I was going to say, if you go there on free coffee day, the line ain't out the door. Go there on free donut day.
Oh, yeah.
And not only that,
People lose their
Not
shit.
only that, on free donut day, they triple their fucking donuts. Like you could walk into a Dunkin' Donuts on free donut day, and they are like fucking stacked. Like
Yeah.
they are like
Yeah.
prepared for fucking free donut day.
They know most people going in there are also going to get coffee.
A coffee, absolutely.
And the coffee is really going to wash that out because it's just pure. What is it? They're probably cost them a nickel a cup.
Easy.
You know,
Easy.
and they'll charge. What did you say it was for a large? Like $3?
Dude, it's like it's $2.70 or something like that with tax and everything.
I mean, just take a can of coffee, okay, and make a pot of coffee. How
Yeah.
many cups can you get out of that pot of coffee?
I do it every fucking
If you
day.
sold at $4
Yeah.
a cup.
I do it every day, dude, because that's why I stopped fucking going to Dunkin' Donuts. Because I looked at to my buddy Billy, and I'm like, dude, we're dropping fucking $5 for sandwiches. We're dropping $3 for fucking coffee. I can literally go and we can get fucking gourmet coffee for like $15, and it'll last us 3 fucking weeks.
Yeah, when I worked at a job and one of the guys I worked with used to own a sandwich shop, and we'd like all be going to different places for lunch. He's like, "How much you guys spend on lunch?" And I'm just like, "God, probably like almost $100 a week." And he was like, "I got an idea. I got an idea. Each of you give me $5." So we did. We each gave him $5. He left. He comes back from the grocery store with a big loaf of Italian bread, stacks of cold cuts. He slices up this Italian bread. He makes 6 sandwiches, big sandwiches out of this Italian bread.
Yeah.
And he goes, "There's your lunch." And we're like, holy
Nice.
shit. And it was like $5 a person. It was like 4 of us, plus
Yeah.
the manager and whoever else wanted to get in on it. I'm just like, so the amount of money we waste at these places is ridiculous.
Oh, yeah.
It's because it's convenient.
It's convenient.
Right.
yes.
Right, exactly.
Honestly, if you really, it shouldn't be more than a once a week thing, maybe twice.
No, I agree. I
agree.
You
I
agree?
agree. No, I agree. Absolutely. It's one of those things. See, I do a breakfast because that's the only thing I treat myself to. And it's the same place every freaking morning. And I usually get just a bacon, egg, and cheese on like either a bagel or something like that. And it's like, it's $4 out the door. So,
See, if I worked in Hartford like you do, I'd be getting the steamed cheeseburgers like every fucking day.
Oh,
I'd be all over.
those are
not
fucking
only would you
banging.
be dead,
With the gooey cheese.
oh, yeah.
those
At
are-
Ted's,
yeah, but
right?
but the steamed burgers are actually good for you, man. Like there's like,
But he
I
would
don't know
eat them
about
6
that.
at a time.
I don't care.
He'd either be dead
they're better than grilled
or 350 pounds.
Well,
because they
I don't
literally.
care. They taste good.
I know.
So good.
It's Ted's, right?
Oh yeah,
Okay.
yeah. No, there's a couple places
It
that
was
do
on
it
Man
now.
versus Food.
Yeah, there's.
Yeah, it was.
I think Ted's was, right?
Yeah.
yeah.
That's the place I
There's a
went
place in Middletown that does steamed burgers. I'm waiting to try because I
And
work
there's
in Middletown.
there's a really good place in Glastonbury called Triple B's Burgers.
Plan B.
Or Plan B.
Plan B.
Plan B. Oh, dude, they are fucking good. They are good.
I got a
dude.
YouTube video. We talked about it just a little while ago. I wanted you guys to hear it. It's the Matt Ryan call. Just want to have a little fun and see if we can't get good old Matty Ice to talk to us and tell us to get in fucking line.
In their win.
Get fucking
Get fucking set.
And nobody catches it. Nobody says a goddamn word.
The alignment.
And Devontae Freeman just breaks through. Get fucking set. He was hot.
Yeah, well, you got to be, man. At this fucking point in the game, you're talking about 2 more weeks before the playoffs. And this is where you bring your A game.
And
you know?
we were up by 3 at that point, 17-14. There was 9 to go in the fourth. It ended up being 24-21. But he's just hot. I mean, I think Matt Ryan has the most compassion on that whole team in saying, hey, I can't do this by myself and I can't always throw to Julio. You guys got to get fucking set.
Yeah, exactly.
Get your shit together. This is why we're the laughing stock of the fourth quarter. Matt Ryan understands this. Dan
See, a
Quinn
lot
understands
of people get this, but sometimes people just don't, man. They just, it's funny. It's funny. Me and Rob carpooled today, so we get to actually, have these conversations.
Yep.
Weird, random conversations. And I said the same thing to him. I was like, the problem is people just don't give a fuck no more.
Yeah.
They don't. We literally watched this guy. Here he is driving. Here's a dump truck. You see a sign, and it says, construction coming next 2 miles. Right? The guy goes into the next lane to pass the dump truck, taking his fucking sweet old time.
Oh, Christ.
Then you see a dump truck with the sign with the arrow.
Mm-hmm. Going the other
Start
way.
moving over, dickhead.
He doesn't do it.
The trucks, of course, if you've seen this before, they start going little by little into the fucking lane to force you over in case you're that stupid. Well, this guy was that stupid.
Turns out he is.
He literally barely missed that truck and cut off the fucking dump truck. The dump truck slams on his fucking brakes and almost fucking locks up. And Rob's like, you believe that? I looked right at Rob and I said, dude,
Yep.
completely.
And
the fucked up part was he would get in an accident and blame them for not having enough fucking signs.
Oh, yeah.
I'd be like, I didn't know this was coming up.
How do you not know?
just coming here, coming off the highway, I saw that you have to take that right turn.
Yes.
And I saw a car with his right signal on to get onto the highway. Okay. He starts making his turn. There's a car behind him, and he's already kind of moving over slightly to go around him. The guy at the last minute shuts his signal off, goes back into the road, damn near gets rear-ended by the car behind him who slams on his horn. I'm like, wow, you fucking idiot. Like, he's already into his turn.
Yes.
I'm like, I'm sorry, you're already into your turn. You fucked up. Just go with it.
Just go, yeah. You can't fucking just decide at that last second, I'm going to cut right back, knowing full well that this guy behind me is already fucking moved on.
Or he wasn't even paying attention.
Exactly.
Right.
Take your fucking losses, get off the exit, spin around, and just go, oh, I fucked up. Dude, I do that, God, countless times. And all you could do is just be like, duh, Mike, good job, Right. My favorite is just sitting there driving and you're like, where the fuck am I going?
You know what pisses me off about that the most? If he did get rear-ended, the cop's going to probably blame the guy that rear-ended him.
Saying he was
Even though
traveling
it's
too
not
close.
his fault.
Exactly. Saying he was traveling too close. And
However,
that's the worst thing
there's
about
always
people.
someone like me who would have seen that and been like, no, fuck that.
Oh, yeah, I'd have pulled over.
I'm like, guys, the show is live on location.
Yeah. I have just dealt with a snowflake motherfucker.
I'm with the Loki and Jabroni show, and you're a fucking idiot. I
Nice.
just want your comment.
Absolutely. I would
I
pay.
seriously, I'd stop and I'd tell the cop,
absolutely.
like, no, that guy was into his turn and got fucking clocked because he decided to get out of it. No, don't believe this guy.
Yeah, no,
don't believe
exactly.
this fucking jamoke.
Wow, he used Jamoke on that shit.
I call my buddy Work Jamoke.
Nice.
Well, I'd have to say jamoke so he doesn't think I'm from out of town or something.
Gotcha.
You get arrested right on the spot.
Right.
Like, where you from, Killily? Fuck you!
Right. Last week, before we go, do we have room for a 15-minute Patreon for our 4 or 5 donors?
I gotta take off.
All right. Let me throw
There's
this out
3
here.
donors.
Oh, is it? Anyway, last week I mentioned Crime and Sports and the guys. I became friends with the guys.
Yeah.
James
Yeah, yeah.
Petrogallo and Jimmy Wisman. Currently in talks to get them. They were just voted, much like last year on our 100th episode. We had the #1 podcast, Bruce Pritchard, Conrad Thompson. Hopefully sometime in January, February, we're going to have the brand new #1 podcast, Crime and Sports, James Petrogallo, Jimmy Wisman, right here on the Loki and Jabroni Show. Talking with Jimmy Wisman today via the magic of Facebook Messenger. We're trying to make this happen. These guys are funny as fuck. 2 comedians who just happened to do a podcast about crime and sports. So you guys have homework to do. I'll throw a couple episodes at you. There's some football ones, wrestling ones, baseball ones. They will sicken you. You will laugh. You will cry. You'll want to go to their website and buy a T-shirt, which I've already done. Have Merry Christmas to me. I can't wait. These guys are funny as fuck, and they are shout-out guys. If you donate to their Patreon, much like we do, we shout them out. So the deal is, once I get everything nailed down, I'm going to donate in the name of the Loki and Jabroni show. They shout us out. They get 500,000 listeners a week. They'll actually shout us out, unlike Bruce Pritchard and Conrad Thompson. And we're going to get, hopefully, some residual rub.
Yeah, I stopped listening because I never heard our...
It was on a live feed from Bruce. He did shout us out when he saw my name. So a live feed versus their actual podcast. But their podcast is great, and Crime and Sports is great. And there's one other podcaster I'd love to get on the show, but I'm not going to mention his name because Tommy Summers is helping me with that one. And
I'm tempted to email the guy that does lore. I'd love to talk to him.
Yes, he'd be fun.
Yeah, because I don't know if you've listened to any of the
I
podcasts.
have.
It's really fucking good.
Well, I think I was listening to it, and I didn't know you were listening to it, and we ended up finding out that each other was listening to it.
You watched the show on Amazon.
Yeah.
And when I heard about the show, I looked it up, and I was like, yeah, I'll listen to the podcast.
Yeah.
I kind of like the podcast a little better, to be honest.
Same.
The show's good. The podcast, though.
The show's kind of disjointed in places because you know...
It's like
Well, I think
few episodes,
I like podcasts because I think they're more raw.
Well, of course...
I think, you can go
I'm
to the
on
table...
road 20 hours a week,
Well,
so I have to have something.
No, absolutely. But you can go to the table with so many notes written, and you can go there with so much going on. But when you hit a topic and you just kind of roll with it, there's nothing better than I believe podcasts when they hit it very good in that aspect.
Yeah.
When you have a predetermined show and somebody comes up to you like, look, we have to do this in a half hour. You are literally trying to get all your points across in like 10 minutes.
That's fine for a broadcast television thing.
Right. And sometimes some of these guys are doing interviews with some of these guys for like 3 minutes. How can you get?
You can't.
You can't.
Last week's Something to Wrestle with Bruce Pritchard went 5 hours. And I'm at work, so, I'm going to disclose something here. I hope the bosses aren't watching. I got my little headpiece in where they go, hey, we need help in plumbing and all that bullshit. And I got this little gimmick right here in my ear. Got the earpiece covering it so I can hear everything, but I can also hear Bruce Pritchard, or I can hear Crime and Sports, or I can hear Loki and Jabroni, or 30 for 30. Any number of the 12 podcasts I've subscribed to.
There's been a few times where headphones or earbuds have gone in, and I've been tuning out the world in my little cubicle.
Well, that's the thing.
Sorry, Frank.
I put it in the ear that's almost deaf, and I jack up the volume on the radio. So when they call, it's like, I am help in plumbing. But the podcast is turned down just to the point where I can hear it and I can discern what they're saying. So if they're talking about something, or we're talking about something, and then you hear, I am help in plumbing, please. Done and done.
I like it. Works for me.
Don't forget to go to Ace Hardware, Rocky Hill, Norwich, Middletown. Get your Okanagan wood pellets. Next week we'll have a new...
It's cold, motherfuckers.
It is
It's time
cold.
To get that shit now.
It's damn cold.
It's time to get that shit
but
now.
your ass will be plenty hot if you get the wood pellets.
Yeah.
$7.99 for a 40-pound bag, $300 for a ton. That's an entire pallet. Get your ass on it. Mention you heard it here on the Loki and Jabroni Show. Get entered into a contest for a $10
2 months
gift
worth
card.
of heat at least. At least 2 months. And that's being if you want fucking...
We just bought oil a couple weeks ago at 200 and change, and we're almost out.
I was going to say, dude, yeah, you're going to be...
We had a wood pellet stove. Done and done, bro.
Yeah.
Done and fucking done. And especially in our house, which we'll be moving out of soon enough, it's a bitch.
It's cold, man. It's some of these bigger houses, especially the ones that are old school. And
You've seen my house.
Well, yeah, exactly. Dude, I told you, I worked for the old man before.
Right.
You guys, but I mean, some of these old houses, they're set up to, and they're to be designed to be fucking electric heat because at that time, people were like, oh, electric heat's the way to go, man. You don't have to fucking buy oil. Electricity's so cheap.
No, it's not.
Yeah, well, it was then.
It was then.
It was then. That's
I had an
that's
apartment.
It's not.
No, when I had an apartment in the 90s with electric heat, I was in the house. Listening to my friends going, I had to fill the oil tank, $600.
Yeah.
Really? I just paid an extra $45 on my electric bill.
Yeah, exactly.
But then again, I'm a guy who's 60 degrees, 55 degrees. I'm fine. As long as the dish soap isn't fucking congealing on the top of the sink, I'm fine. But I can wear a hoodie. I can have a space heater.
That's just it. Yeah. I mean, it's all about fucking, put a blanket on, put your fucking hoodie on. If you're cold past that, then
Nothing
crank
better.
it up a little
Nothing
bit.
better.
But man,
If you're a coffee drinker, I'm not. I'm a tea drinker. I'm a cocoa drinker. I'm a hot toddy drinker. Anything with alcohol in them.
You walking around the house in your skivvies and you're still bitching about it, dude? That's your own damn
First
fault.
of all, it's fucking December, folks. If you're walking around in shorts, I have no sympathy.
That's what I'm saying.
None.
I don't want to hear you bitching about your fucking heating bill because
now, in
you
the house,
have it up to 90.
You guys can verify this with the Eternal Flame. Doesn't matter if it's July or December. I got my sweatpants on, not sweatpants. What do you call it? Like the sleeping pants, the thin gimmickry
flannels.
You could call it that. They're like PJ pants. Thank you. T-shirt material, but whatever.
Jersey
year round. Because I'm perpetually cold. I will throw on a sweatshirt and she'll bitch, and I don't care. I'm
He's
warm.
A cold-hearted snake.
But you know what? I don't look into my eyes. I don't have to walk over to the thermostat and jack it up. Why? Because I know I can heat myself with the clothing and layers and all that bullshit. But if you're one of those people, the pellets and the pellet stove are the way to go. It's cheaper than gas. It's cheaper than oil. It's cheaper than electric. Get your ass on it.
Well, you know, Lincoln Onnecock says if you're always cold, you just might be a Nazi.
I know nothing, see nothing, hear nothing.
That movie, was it Two Fathers? No, the
oh shit,
Stepfather, right?
Stepfather.
No, with Will
Step Brothers?
Step Brothers.
Not Step Brothers.
Ferrell?
Will Ferrell and Mark Wahlberg.
Oh, Daddy's Home.
Daddy's Home.
Daddy's Home 2.
The second one I haven't seen yet.
Now,
I'm waiting for.
First one was hysterical.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah.
It was. Did you see the fucking part? They had it was a little promo cut that they did, and it's literally you see Mel Gibson coming out, and he's talking with John Lithgow, and he's like, "I think somebody messed with it." He's like, "What are you talking about?" And he's like, "Yeah," and he's like,
"It has to be.
It's so fucking hot in here," and they're both fucking sweating. So all of a sudden, like fucking Will Ferrell comes, he's like, "What are we talking about?" He's like, "Somebody touched it. Don't you feel it?" He's like, "It's so hot in here right now." And then all of a sudden, like, fucking Mark Wahlberg comes in and he's like, "What is all the commotion?" And he's like, "You don't feel that? This is sacrilege right now. This is sacrilege." And all of a sudden, Mark Wahlberg's fucking little daughter comes fucking walking out. And she's like, she just hits the fucking thermostat and cranks it up a little bit more and walks back.
Hell
and
no.
all four of the guys look at her and they're fucking sweating balls, dude. Like,
when I was married, I had a great apartment in Groton, little townhouse gimmick. Me and my wife, and then
I think I know what you're talking about. Right behind the old Best Eatin', right?
No.
Those
it was
ones?
up by EB.
Okay.
Lane. I don't remember the name of the fucking apartment.
I know what you're talking about.
Gimmick
They have
apartments.
some actually nice, like the
They were
old
really
school
nice,
fucking
yeah.
townhouses and the condos up there.
But I would set that thermostat at 62. Why? Because the hoodie's never too far away. I woke up one night drenched in sweat like I was in the jungles of Vietnam. And I'm like, what the fuck? I went out to the fridge to grab a Coke, and I happened to look at the thermostat, and it was jacked to 72.
That's like 90 degrees in the house, dude.
And it's well insulated.
Somebody
it's
that
concrete
lives with me
walls.
God.
And I woke up my wife at the time. I was like, hey, did you turn up the thermostat? Yeah, it was cold. And I kind of looked over and I looked at the pile, freshly washed blankets and Afghans and all that bullshit. And there was a lot of fleeces, Yankee fleeces, all that. And I'm like, you couldn't have reached over there and grabbed the fleece blanket, which would have retained the body heat. Instead, you're going to smoke me out. And here I am now with the Eternal Flame who likes it at like, I don't know, 22 degrees in the room with the window open and fucking December. I can't.
Love that shit.
Sounds like me.
How many times I've woken up in the middle of the night, thrown on a sweatshirt, and then 2 hours later it's like, you're sweating too much. I'm like, what the fuck do you want me to do? Damn window's open. I need that to sleep. Well, then you need help.
I remember driving to my friend's wedding, actually, that you DJ'd the Jack and Jill for.
Oh, yeah.
Driving down there, and I always have my AC cranked. And she's like, God,
I seen it.
God, why is this? You always keep it so cold. And she like turns it off, and I'm like, I'm in a tux, and I'm like
You don't turn on. No.
I have a. I said like I have a tux on. I'm like, it's like too cold. It's too cold. Like we go down there 10 minutes. She looks at me. She's like, oh my God, you're sweating like a pig. I'm
No
like,
shit.
No shit.
First things first, driver etiquette. If I'm a passenger in someone's car, you don't touch the radio, you don't touch the heat, you don't touch a fucking thing unless you have permission.
Co-pilot, I've always given, if I'm driving and I have a co-pilot that I deem responsible enough They're in charge of the radio.
I may be the
They are
only
in
one that will
charge.
say, I may have been the only one that will
Fuck
say,
that.
Mike.
You're a scab. Get out of the union.
Yeah, Mike, can I turn the channel? It's Rush. Yeah, go ahead. Hey, Mike, can I turn up the heat? I'm cold. Oh, yeah.
The vents have louvers.
Louvers. Look at that. He's using the fucking.
the fuck
yeah.
Flip the louver if you're cold, but don't touch the fucking fan.
No, that's what I say, man.
End of the day,
Co-pilots,
motherfuckers, it's cold. Go buy some pellets. Get a pellet stove.
co-pilots, I shouldn't be looking at the radio, and I shouldn't have to look at the fucking heat or anything like that. If it's fucking uncomfortable, co-pilots got that shit, man.
You guys know what next week is?
You know it's fucked up.
You know it's
Christmas.
fucked up. Oh,
After Christmas.
after Christmas.
This is why you got all your Christmas shit in
Tuesday,
this week.
December 26th is the December edition
You know what's fucked up?
of Do You Know What's Fucked Up?
Fucked up. I still got new brakes on my car.
Still?
I know.
How the fuck do you stop? Fred Flintstone style? You throw your feet through the bottom and
Just pray.
I've been telling him like for 5
the
months.
guy that doesn't believe in God is going to pray.
Dude,
I know. That's how bad
That's
it's
what's
got.
killing
it's
me
like,
right
I'm
now.
praying now.
before you guys even showed up, I changed her oil and her spark plugs.
Nice.
I could have had your fucking brakes up there too.
Before I showed up, I played another Madden football game.
Yeah, no games for me today.
Once the holidays are over.
All right. Be ready for
Unfortunately.
You Know What's Fucked Up. And if anybody wants to donate a story, you have 1 week starting now until we go hot. Donate the most fucked up story you can think of, and we'll bring it forward. We'll be the judges. Send it to the Loki and Jabroni Show Facebook page, or go to the website, www.lokiandjabroni.com. Email it to us. We will pick the most fucked up story you, the listener, has to send, and we will use it right here on the show.
And no Trump tweets, please. This ain't CNN.
Now, see, I wouldn't have said Trump tweets, but there might be a Trump story that's incredibly
Story,
fucked up.
fine. I don't care about his tweets.
All right, guys.
I was going to say at this point, I don't even
Yeah.
care about a Trump
CNN,
story.
CNN is all about his tweets.
Of course they are.
Done with his tweets.
That's all they got. But here's the rules, guys. It has to be from tonight to next week. It has to be within the week that this story comes from.
No fake news, people.
No fake
We
news.
don't any
No
fake news.
And no talk of Vinnie Vincent.
All right, everyone.
I like it.
Later.